Hello, and welcome to Matt and Joe's Media Overload.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Joe, and with us is special guest
Jeremy Tidwell. What's up?
Welcome, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars,
Yes.
the films, and we're going to be going through release order. So we won't start with the prequels. We're going to start from episode 4,
Yes.
move our way through, and then go back to the prequels.
The original.
And then, right, and then
Yes.
move forward.
Okay.
So I
Before
hope
we
you'll.
get started,
Yes.
why don't you explain why Jeremy's here?
Right. So Jeremy is here because he is our number one super fan.
Absolutely.
He has commented, asked questions,
Right.
subscribed.
Feedback.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So guys,
That's loyalty.
guess what? Guess what? If you're in the area, you could come on
Yeah,
the
if
show.
you're in the Middle Tennessee area.
Yeah, Nashville area.
Yeah.
You could come on the
Clarksville.
show. You could
Yeah.
come on the show. Isn't
We'd
that
love
awesome?
to have you.
I mean, yeah.
We've been having a lot of fun tonight
Yeah.
having a guest.
You know what? I think we're gonna have a local musician on in a few weeks, man.
Yeah. Guy I actually know pretty well.
Yeah, that I didn't know that you knew.
Yeah.
But you know him.
Yeah, went to high school with him.
Yeah.
Possibly he might come on here.
Right.
a
And
week
I'm
or
pretty
two.
sure that he will,
I hope he does.
because I'm going to make him,
I dig his stuff.
or I will
Surprise.
stab him in the heart with a spear.
Well, you can't do that.
It may happen.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how we'll record a podcast with you in prison.
Well,
Murder.
we can do it through letters.
But anyway, guys, if you're a fan and you're in the area and you would like to come on, we'd love to have you. Like I said, this has been fun. I think it's going to be really interesting to have another perspective in the conversation, especially talking about a topic as extensive as the Star Wars franchise.
Holy
'Cause
shit!
We're not just talking
They
about the
might go.
movies. We're going to talk about some of the TV shows. We're going to be talking about some of the video games. What?
Did you hear Jeremy?
No, I did not.
What'd you say?
I said, who knows where Star Wars might go? There's so much expanding.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to take my.
Crazy.
He was
He's
trying
trying-
to take my my slang.
You gotta copyright that,
Hey.
Joe.
I got an idea.
You
Let's
always
see
do that.
who does it better.
Okay.
Joe, give us one.
All right.
Joe's catchphrase.
All right.
You
So
fans
guys,
probably know what it is, but
we're going to talk about Star Wars today, and who knows where we'll go.
all right, that was pretty good,
All right,
guys.
that was me.
That was
that was
Joe.
me.
All right, Jeremy,
Right.
give it a
Alright,
try.
Here we go. Who knows where we'll go with Star Wars?
All right.
All right. It's Jeremy.
Comment below with who you think did a better job at delivering the iconic.
Wait, where's
line.
yours?
Yeah.
No, it's not my thing.
No, you're done. Uh-huh.
All right, fine. All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Star Wars, and who knows where we'll go.
Yeah, no, I don't think nobody can do it better than Joe. He did it just
It's
right.
Joe's thing.
Yeah,
It's Joe's thing.
Copyright that.
He
Joe.
created that in the very first episode, and I was
I
like,
did.
dude, you have to do
And I
that.
didn't even know that.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I
you
know-
have
I
to
didn't
do
even
that.
know
I
that.
know
Matt
that.
is the one that was like,
Yeah.
hey, that's a thing. And
It
I was like,
always
oh,
sticks
okay.
out. It always sticks out.
All right.
That's why you should
Anyway.
always say it.
So,
Yeah, we're going to be talking about Star Wars, mostly the movies, but franchise as a whole. But let's get right into the meat of it. We're going to start out by talking about the very first Star Wars movie. It was actually originally just called Star Wars. Came out in 1977, directed by George Lucas. It's now known as A New Hope. Joe, what do you think about this movie?
A New Hope is my favorite Star Wars movie of all.
I think it's the best Star Wars.
Yeah.
Better than Empire Strikes Back.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
It's not my
Oh, hell yeah.
favorite.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Jeremy.
Okay.
Yeah. So A New Hope is my favorite because it kind of starts, I don't know, it sets everything up.
Yeah, that's what most first movies do.
Right.
All right, so if you're going to ask me what my favorite movie is, and I tell you, then you're not going to sit there and tell me or chastise me for being like, oh, that's your favorite movie, you piece of shit.
No, I'm chastising you because you said that the first movie sets everything up, which is what a first movie does.
It's episode 4!
Not at the
So,
time.
nuh-uh.
It wasn't created.
Nuh-uh.
It wasn't created.
Nuh-uh.
Shut up. It wasn't created as episode 4. It was the first movie. Like, they didn't know there were going to be prequels from the start.
So
Maybe.
really.
Okay,
well-
continue.
Maybe.
Continue.
oh,
It's my favorite because, I mean, You find out who the heroes are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything is. Really, everything's set up. Darth Vader, and if you watch it, you can just watch it itself, just by itself.
Yes, it's a good standalone movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it could be like a beginning to end type of movie,
True.
and then that's it. You're good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like
You know?
blow up the Death Star.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just my favorite. I really like the movie, even with the special editions after they came out with all the extra bullshit.
Right.
Some of that's pretty awful.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is, but I still like it.
Right.
So I don't know. My favorite by far.
Yeah, that special edition stuff you're talking about. Really, the only thing that really bothers me about that is I think it's when they're first coming in right before the cantina scene in the speeder and they're kind of cruising in and stuff. And I said and stuff, shit. And
So
like that big creature like walks and like takes up the whole camera for like no reason other than the fact that they could do that with CGI.
Oh, yeah.
That bothers me. I don't know why. Just because it's so superfluous, it has no purpose at all. And then also the fact that Jabba the Hutt's one of my favorite characters, and when they put him in and stuff, shit. That when they put him in with when they put him in the special edition, it has the dialogue. A lot of the dialogue is the same as the conversation Han has with Greedo. Like it's the same like exact dialogue. That kind of bothers me a little bit, but I mean, it's not like it ruins the movie.
And the way he walks over his tail and stuff is a little awkward.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of silly, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, George Lucas didn't make the best decisions when it came to that kind of- Yeah.
You're like me with subscriptions.
Subscribe.
Or subscribe. Yeah. So are you good?
Talking about special edition stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get
Jeremy,
to
what do you
meat.
think about New Hope?
Yeah, New Hope's a good one to start. I mean, like you said, it could be a standalone. I mean, it has a lot of stuff from beginning to end. The Death Star gets blown up to it, so as you see in it.
Spoilers.
Yeah, sorry about the spoiler.
Forty
You haven't
from
fucking seen
40.
it. I mean,
I'm
fuck
sure
off.
everybody's seen A New Hope, and if you haven't, wow.
Yeah,
suck
That's
it.
all.
not
Eat a
only-
6-pack of dick, cause where the fuck have you been living?
Not only is it like 40 years old, it is one of the most iconic movies of all time.
You better be in an iron lung, because that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
But what I gotta say is, without the special effects, I probably couldn't sit through the movie or the original one. That's just how old it was and bad effects back then. So
you couldn't deal with it?
I don't think I could deal with it. I don't even think I've ever seen like the
Really?
original Star Wars without something
You're
being
kidding.
added to it. Yeah.
Never?
Really?
Not that I know of. Not that
Whoa! I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I figured you would have seen them.
Well, I bought A New Hope, like, I think it was like in 2000. I got New Hope for Christmas, and it was the one that was just remastered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where
that
it's
came
got
out
all
with-
this stuff.
Yeah. And that's where I remember
Dude,
picking off that one.
I just showed Matt tonight. I've got the original 6 CD soundtrack.
Oh,
Like
man.
no special edition.
Oh, man.
It's all original, like
Yeah.
from the vinyl.
I think
Yeah.
I still have those VHSs too.
Oh.
Crazy.
I have those VHSs.
So not you're not a fan of A New Hope.
No, I have no problem with The New Hope. I think it's a good movie. I just think the next one after that just blows it all away. I don't
Okay.
think anything can come close to Empire
Okay.
Strikes Back.
Okay.
So should we move on from there?
Well, I want to ask your opinion on this. What's your opinion of the effects of the original New Hope? The practical effects.
Here's what I think. I think that George Lucas realized that he had the ability to add everything into the movies that he wanted to in the beginning, and with the time frame he was at and then the technology we had at the time, it just didn't mesh very well. I think it would have been really cool if it would have looked right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you think the effects look off?
A little bit.
Now I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the original New Hope, not the special edition stuff with that.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
I was just clarifying.
Like
because wasn't
I
sure.
love the original, but I like the special effects too. I just wish that they could have melded it better. If I had to choose, personally, I would take it with the special effects. I want all the extra shit you can give me.
Right.
Really?
Give me more fucking Star Wars, man. I don't want I love the original movie, but give me more Star Wars. If that means the movie's going to be 30 minutes longer because I got some bullshit CG that kind of looks shitty, but it adds to the story, fuck it. I'll take it. You know?
Yeah, I think the effects are really good for the time. I'm completely satisfied with them. I think it was fine untouched, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Which I'm a big fan of like practical effects and stuff. So the more stuff that they can do, like even if it doesn't look perfect, the more stuff they can do completely without computer generation or anything over the top, I like it.
What about the effects as in like Return of the Jedi and you see the new Anakin and the
Oh, easy.
Like
We're not there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Take it easy there.
Effects,
Easy, Jeremy. Hold on. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. We're gonna get there.
Well, I guess now would be a good time to go ahead and transition into Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Came out in 1980. George Lucas did not direct this movie. It was actually directed by one of his former professors.
Kirk?
Irvin Kershner?
Oh, Irwin.
Irwin Kershner, something like
that.
that.
Sounds right.
And he, like I said, was one of George Lucas's professors in film school.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
and
know that.
he asked him to direct it.
The music to the movie also is awesome, I thought.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
That's something I was going to say.
Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. John Williams' iconic score of Star Wars is amazing.
I do not think that you could have a better composer to sync up with a better movie in any series ever. I think it's the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, John Williams has a great track record, but Star Wars is by far, in my opinion,
Yeah,
his crowning
he's got the
achievement.
NBC theme, you know, all the other
Well,
stuff.
Jurassic Park.
Right, Jurassic Park, which is great
Jaws.
too. But I think Star Wars is by far the best.
John Williams did Indiana
you can't
Jones
top
too.
that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so
Yes, he did.
He has an amazing
Also
track
very
record,
good.
but Star Wars is
Ugh.
his crowning
I mean,
achievement.
yeah, but then it's Star Wars and everything else John Williams has done.
Still
And
great.
then
Still
everybody
great.
else is like down here hanging out
Yeah.
in the pool.
Hans
Right.
Zimmer's down there, and
Right.
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
Danny Elfman.
Oh, you know what? I kind of like Danny Elfman.
I like certain
but
things that he's
yeah,
done. He doesn't
but there
have
are other
that
things
track
that he
record.
does
He doesn't have that track
that I'm like,
record, yeah.
fuck you, Danny Elfman. You know?
He did do the Simpsons theme.
Did he really?
Yeah, sure enough.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Suck my ass.
Just the
I didn't-
theme.
You learn something new every day.
Right. Anyway, so continuing on.
Okay, so Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, so it's probably most people's favorite. Like overall, like it's kind of
I would
what's
agree with
widely considered to be
I'd agree
the
with that.
best.
A lot of people think that Empire Strikes Back is by far the best Star Wars movie ever made.
Yes, and I think a lot of people would also say it's one of the best sequels ever made. Just period.
That
Like,
is a tough one to follow.
like as far as like raising the bar from the first one, I don't personally agree with that statement, but I'm just saying overall,
I don't
most
agree
people-
with
it's
it.
actually my least favorite movie in the original trilogy.
Wow.
I totally agree with that.
Wow.
So, you would rank them New Hope.
New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Empire.
See, mine would be
Strikes
Return of the Jedi first, which,
See,
like I said
it's
before,
really different.
I think A New
Back.
Hope.
He's lost his
I
mind
think A New
over
Hope is the best Star Wars movie. I just like Return of the Jedi more.
here. Right.
It's just
So,
my favorite.
so since we're on Empire Strikes Back, so in this is like Jeremy is looking at us like we've lost our fucking minds.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of let him.
So
take this.
So Jeremy is kind of. I think you're part of kind of the majority consensus
Right.
that Empire Strikes Back is the best
Right.
original trilogy movie. Why is that, Jeremy?
Well, I mean, you don't. Basically you have every part in the movie you need: action, love, and adventure, and just everything like that. But in the middle, I mean, in the beginning, you're just stuck on this ice planet. Like, holy cow! And Luke obviously happens. What happens to him in the cave? I don't want to do too many spoiler alerts.
No,
but,
you just go, man.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
old.
it.
It's old.
Right.
Just tell us.
But yeah, out of that, you see that his Jedi, he hasn't learned all his powers yet. That you would say the Force.
Luke gets his ass kicked.
He
in that
gets
movie.
his ass kicked a lot in this movie, and basically
He almost dies.
The way I
Yeah.
view it as is
Loses
a
his hand
boy
and shit.
becoming a man in the movie. Okay, I mean
Yeah,
he
that's a
goes
good
through
way to
a
describe
whole
it.
lot of
Yeah,
shit.
it's true.
in
That's
this.
true. That's a good way to describe it.
And then the Han and Leia's mission, I thought there wasn't really a mission, but them fleeing through the Empire the whole time in the movie, you're just like, fuck, how can they get away? And then in the end, City in the Clouds, it don't get no better than that. But yeah, Lando and
I like
shit.
that whole sequence.
Lando.
Yeah, turning his boy
good.
in. Like, fuck Lando.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Yeah, but I'm good."
Yeah, I'm good.
Like,
So you're like,
fuck
okay,
you.
Lando. But
That'd be like me going into the city clouds and be like, "All right,
But
here we
you
go."
know what makes
and then Matt's like, "Sorry, dude," and like
But-
they cinch me up, and then they release me, and Matt's like, "Come on, man." I'm like, "Fuck you."
But you know what makes like the most iconic scene from that movie is where Luke's getting his training on Dagobah or whatever, and Yoda gives him the speech about the whole Force, about how
Yeah.
it's everywhere,
It's
the
true.
rocks, trees.
It's true.
I think that's a big standout in the whole trilogy.
Are you? Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, for now.
My, you know what? What I really,
You're allowed to talk more.
it's not right. You may speak.
Yeah, this is my
But
first
my,
time.
you
my,
can't talk unless you're holding the marker.
my favorite part of
This is my microphone.
of Empire Strikes Back, to be honest with you,
Uh-huh.
like we were talking about earlier, almost, is the music.
Right.
Where they're in the Millennium Falcon going through the asteroid field.
Oh, yeah.
That sequence,
Yeah,
good.
it's great.
holy
I
shit!
forgot to mention that.
And then they go and they land.
Down in
And then they have to go back out because they're inside the belly of that fucking cow. Oh man,
This is no
it was
cave.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you
That's
really
awesome.
see
but
Han
them
Solo.
going through the asteroid field, like all that stuff. I mean, it's perfect.
Great.
John Williams, hats off, hands off, blood everywhere. Thanks. I mean, that's awesome.
It is.
What you got, man?
Okay, so I guess probably one of the biggest things that you have in Empire Strikes Back is the big reveal, which is
Oh, right.
so ingrained in pop culture now that everybody knows what it is. But can you
We
imagine
didn't even mention
we didn't
that,
even
Joe.
talk about that at all.
what?
We didn't even talk about that at all.
Yes,
Can
'cause
you
it's just like
imagine though being in
a
the audience
no-brainer.
when that movie came out?
Well,
And
can you imagine being Mark Hamill? They didn't tell him
they told him right before.
right before,
Uh-huh.
and they told no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't make a really big to do about it,
Well,
did he?
and the guy doing the stand-in for Darth Vader, like actually in the suit, because it's not James Earl Jones in there.
Right.
He just does the voice and stuff. He actually delivers the line,
Which is so
"I
cool.
killed your father,"
Oh.
is what he says, and Mark Hamill knows at this point while they're filming, but he's responding the way that it's in the movie, but
Mm-hmm.
it also I guess applies to the other.
Here's another fucked up thing:
Yeah.
is that the actor that plays Darth Vader during that sequence is not the original Darth Vader actor.
Really?
They had him doing another set, and he didn't even know that was going on.
Damn. Did you guys
Really?
also know Mark Hamill
He was
in a-
really pissed off about that, by the way.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Mark Hamill's in a car crash before they started shooting, so they had to change the whole ice monster scene just
That's
for
why he's
that,
got the
'cause
scar on his face.
Yeah, so messed up.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the guy that played Darth Vader was different, and the original guy was all pissed because he didn't even know.
I
Yeah.
don't blame him.
Well.
Definitely
Missed out on some
on-
royalties, yeah.
Another reason not to like Empire Strikes Back, Cameron.
I wonder how much they make. It's just crazy.
So,
But yeah, can you imagine being in theater when that reveal was done? Like actually getting to see that.
Oh, man.
And like the crowd reaction.
it must
and
have
stuff.
been something awesome. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's one of those
Oh,
things
yeah.
that I wish I could have experienced.
right. Just
Like I
been
said,
like-
it's so ingrained in pop culture now that everybody.
You know what?
knows
I
it. Like,
kind of. I'm gonna jump forward a little bit. Actually, a lot bit.
Who cares?
But I kind of had that same spoilers. If you haven't seen Force Awakens, if you haven't seen that by now, fuck you.
Well, it's only a
not
little
fuck
over
you.
2
I always
years.
say
It's
that.
not-
I always say that. Fuck
Don't-
you.
Don't. fuck
Sorry,
fans.
don't
Start
fuck
playing.
you. I'm sorry. I'm an ass clown. Okay, just watch the damn movie. Like when Snoke says Ren's father is Han Solo. I didn't see that coming.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why, but I didn't see it coming. So when he said that, I was kind of like,
I'm not not sure. I can't.
So
really
I felt
remember
like
if
that
I
was
saw-
kind of the same reaction of Luke realizing that Darth Vader was his father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Similar.
I don't think we've ever had another like big moment mystery in a movie like that before, where everybody just took it and ran with it. Also,
That
you
is a
know?
big one. I mean, I don't. I can't think of like actually a theater experience I've had that has even come close to something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't think of
Yeah,
it.
I mean, that's a tough one to follow.
So yeah, and so towards the end of Empire Strikes Back is kind of like a cliffhanger of sorts.
Right, get you set for the
You
next
know,
one.
it's
Yeah.
like, what?
You know, I want to back up just a little bit because I completely forgot to mention something that I really wanted to mention. And because I mentioned that George Lucas had some like pretty crazy ideas of stuff that he wanted to do. He actually toyed around before they did A New Hope. He toyed around with the idea of having the entire cast be black actors.
Oh wow.
Everybody be black actors. Then he threw out the idea of having everybody be Asian, of Asian descent, and have it sort of be like a samurai movie in space, which there is the influence of samurai movies in Star Wars. He was inspired a lot by Akira Kurosawa, the Japanese director and stuff. And then also his final and probably most wacky idea was actually to have the entire cast be little people, dwarfs. You cannot make this up. This is this was stuff.
R2D2 was a dwarf.
He
so
was, yes, and then the
The
Ewoks
Ewoks.
were Warwick Davis and
good place to find a job if you're little.
Joe's shaking his head.
I don't have anything to say about any of this.
Obviously,
It's all dumb.
yeah,
That's all stupid.
it is. It really
It's all stupid.
It is. It's absolutely stupid.
Well, there's a
I
lot
think
of-
that that's something that you see, especially in the prequels, that George Lucas is a great idea guy,
Oh, obviously.
No.
but
He
as
wants
far as
he wants the
execution-
entire movie to be nothing but black people.
I didn't say
Or-
all of his ideas were.
Oh, that
I didn't
sounded
say
really bad.
no.
No, I didn't mean it like
no,
that.
no,
I didn't mean it like that. Or
I'm
the
not
entire
saying-
movie be nothing but
No,
dwarves.
I'm not saying
Or
all
the
of his.
entire movie be nothing but twigmans.
I'm not saying all
Walking
of his.
around.
Okay.
Growing trees.
Yeah, but I'm not saying all of his ideas are good. I'm just saying he's good at coming up with ideas, and he needs someone else to tell him when they're good or bad to help make the final product.
I could
Something
tell him right now.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Anyone could have told him that was.
What were you going to say? You were going to say something earlier.
Well, I was just gonna say George Lucas had so many ideas to these movies. It's crazy. I mean, I think there's like a 4-hour documentary on
Yeah.
just like all the
No,
ideas he had.
To that point, there was a video game that was supposed to come out called I think it was 1341 or 1411, something like that. But it was like a bounty hunter type of, almost like Boba Fett type of
Yeah, okay.
thing,
Right,
Yeah.
right? And they were going to create it, and they were talking to George Lucas, and apparently he had a figure of Boba Fett, and then a figure of, I think it was Darth Maul, and he had them knocking against each other and like, look, they're friends.
Oh
And the
my
guys
gosh.
were like, whoa.
Oh.
And they just scrapped the whole idea. And
Yeah, I have
Didn't-
heard that he has had some terrible.
like his
ideas
fucking mind is
also.
just gone.
Well, we see in the prequels that many of his ideas ended up being terrible, but we'll get to that.
And you can see Disney didn't want to have anything to do with him either.
Oh, absolutely.
He's pissed
Well, he's
about
an
that.
executive producer.
Well, they bought him out. Like, he
Yeah.
has the executive producer credit because it's based on his franchise.
Yeah, but I thought he had
created.
like no control.
He
over
has
it.
none.
No, he
He
has
has
none.
Right.
He has none.
So
Yeah, but he said, oh, I'm going to pass it off to the next generation. Thank God.
yeah, but then he bitches about it. I don't know. I guess because he gets
Does he?
some. Yeah, I've read some
When?
shit where he's pissed about. I guess he's bitter because the way the fans acted towards the prequels,
He was
and that
bitter
the
about
new
that money.
movies are getting so much better than.
You know what? George Lucas, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, the prequels made him seem
Once
like.
Hey,
again,
a
George
man.
Lucas is not
Hey,
listening to
George
our
Lucas,
Hell
listen,
no.
listen to Joe from Matt and Joe's Media Overload right now. Just calm down, man. You already have all the rights to the merch. Doesn't he still have the rights to that? He didn't
Yes.
give that to Disney.
I believe he does.
He still has that. So everybody
Well,
buying up the lightsabers
I
and all
believe
the dicks.
only
But
his
people
original.
forget. But people forget.
creation.
If it also wasn't for George Lucas, we'd never have none of this.
Oh, exactly. That's what I said. He's a guy that comes up with a lot of ideas, and some of them are hits, some of them are misses. He just needs somebody to tell him what's good and what's bad. And when you give him too much control, like what happened in the prequels, you end up with a hot mess. But we'll get to that more later.
Right.
So let's go into anything else about Empire Strikes Back before we move on?
Nah.
No, I think we covered it all. It was pretty good.
I do want to say that there's a couple of parts I really like, and one of them would be Harrison Ford's ad-lib that he did during the whole scene right before he gets frozen in carbonite.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like
Oh.
when Princess Leia's like, "I love you," and he says, "I know." It's
Well,
great.
I also
And
like
Chewbacca's
I also
going
like the
crazy.
ad lib in New Hope though, where he's like, everything's fine here.
Oh, yeah.
How are you? That was ad lib.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
That was good too.
yeah.
Anyway.
We're
Something Harrison
fine.
Ford's really
Thank
good
you.
at.
Yeah. So why we fucking kill Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford hates it, man.
I don't know. Yeah, and he didn't even want to come back for Return of the Jedi, which is what we're going to be talking about next.
Indiana Jones.
For some reason, they waited 3 years before they tried to rescue Han, even though they knew exactly where he was. But so that's Return of the Jedi. Joe, what do you want to say about it? Came out in '83, I believe. It was directed by a guy named Richard Marquand, who I believe is a Welsh director. Richard Marquand.
Okay.
But a lot of people believe that George Lucas was actually the director. He ghost directed it and stuff. But Richard Marquand is the credited director. He actually originally, George Lucas approached his buddy Steven Spielberg to direct Return of the Jedi.
I've heard that also.
And he passed. And then he also offered it to an up-and-coming director who was an up-and-coming director at the time, David Lynch.
Really?
Possibly could have directed Return of the Jedi, and I would love, because I'm a huge David Lynch fan, I would love to see Return of the Jedi directed
It's so
by David
weird.
Lynch. I
Name's a David
know.
Lynch movie.
Can
so weird.
Can you imagine all that Jabba shit directed by David Lynch?
Oh,
That would be awesome. And even better, probably would have been the other director he considered was David Cronenberg. Was considered for Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Now that would have been weird.
as long as it wasn't Tim Burton. Oh my god.
Nah, he wasn't in the running.
Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine that?
Hey, you know,
Tim, stay the fuck out of my Star Wars.
Got that right.
him and Disney are pretty tight.
I don't care.
Are they
Stay
really?
the fuck out of my Star Wars, Tim.
If it ever comes to it,
Tim! No.
Tim Burton,
No.
Hell no.
if you're listening to this podcast,
No Star Wars.
your movies aren't all terrible, but don't touch Star Wars.
Big Fish is my favorite.
Big Fish is great. Big Fish
Just
is
stay the fuck out of my goddamn Star Wars. Okay.
Batman Forever.
Man, Alright. So,
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Man, what do I have to say about it?
It's my favorite.
I like it. It's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
Maybe you should say something
No,
about
you
it
start.
because
You start.
God damn it. All right.
Sorry, I just.
Well, you did mention it'd take 3 years for the movie to start. In the deleted
So, I like Return of the Jedi because Luke and Vader finally kind of meet up.
Yeah.
And that whole thing happens. That's all I got.
I think it's a very. I think it's a very good conclusion to the original trilogy. I think.
That's all I had.
I like. Well, they meet up in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but they meet up
again.
but not attacking each other till later. Till Wrinkly Man.
Yeah, and there's I think a good conclusion to that whole story.
I don't know why you asked me to explain Return of the Jedi when it's your favorite Star Wars movie.
Well, you just started.
I think Return of the Jedi is kind of like ho-hum, and it's my second favorite Star Wars movie. So why the fuck would you ask me to start?
I didn't. You started.
No, you said you start with Return of the Jedi.
Maybe I did. Who gives a fuck? But okay, so it's my favorite because
It's a good movie.
well, for a couple of reasons. One, I like the ending.
You like the Ewoks.
The
The ending is good.
Ewoks don't bother me. I was a kid when I saw it.
Celebration.
So
They were gonna eat those people.
Yeah.
The Ewoks.
Yeah.
I was a
Isn't that
kid.
creepy?
I was a kid when I saw Return of the Jedi the first time, so the Ewoks didn't bother me at all. I actually think they're pretty cool.
I like the
in
speeder
their,
bikes.
in their own little way. Yeah, those are
Speed
cool.
bikes.
As I mentioned, I really like Jabba the Hutt as a character. I think he's really interesting.
Why do you like Jabba so much?
Huh? Just because of. I mean, he's sort of he subverts a lot of tropes in a lot of ways because, I mean,
you love that word.
like you.
You love that word.
He's
Tropes.
sloppy.
You use it all the fucking time.
Well, because when you're talking about pop culture, you're going to encounter tropes all the time. I mean, because like, I mean,
that's
what do
going
you
to bleed
expect?
into
Like,
something else we're going to talk about here later.
he's this big, like crime boss basically, and I don't know what you expect, but it's not what you get. If you think about the original trilogy, when they haven't added in all the CGI stuff, so Jabba isn't introduced in A New Hope, they just talk about him. Like, you spend 2 movies wondering, who's this Jabba guy that Han was in debt or whatever to, and all this stuff. And then he finally reveals him, and he's a giant slug guy. It's just grotesque.
He's Worms Man.
He has these slave women and stuff. I just think it's really cool. I like that he speaks another language. Like, it just...
Huta solo.
I know, I love it. I don't know, I just find him to be a really interesting character. And that's weird.
Oh, that guy.
That guy's weird.
I'm glad that guy had.
Wasn't that like a... Okay, yes or no?
That was
Wasn't it like a
close.
perfect...
Yeah.
that was really
close.
good. Your Jabba was really good, too.
Was
Let me hear Jabba.
Really?
Yeah, let me hear your Jabba, Joe.
Good Jabba.
Huta solo. No, that was so shitty.
I thought it was pretty
Better
good.
than I can
No.
do.
For those of you who don't
I think that's awesome.
Master Luke.
Whatever the fuck that little creature's name is, I don't know.
monkey.
Comment below if you know.
He was an asshole.
Yeah, that guy was a bitch.
He has a weird name. Like,
Yeah, it's something strange. I
not
remember hearing it
weird,
before.
but like almost like
Like,
real.
I don't know.
Okay, go back to the special effects. What about the part where they do like the whole singing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's that called? Jedi.
Funk or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or whatever it was.
The
Oh
alien
man.
girls, the alien sluts in the background.
Yeah. They're all dancing around.
Oh,
Yeah, they added that later.
Yeah.
yeah. And then the
Do
one
you like? So, do you like that, Matt?
The song?
Yeah.
No, I don't like the song at all. That's awful.
What about this? It was kind of bad. It was kind of bad.
It is.
They could have definitely used more movie time. Like they took a
Oh my
deleted
God.
scene
That was
Okay, that
hilarious.
thing.
building his
That
lightsaber.
thing that you make the sound
For
of.
that.
Yeah.
His name is Salacious B. Crumb.
That's it. Crumb.
Now you can do it. Shit.
What about
That's
the,
my claim to fame right there.
The special effects of Anakin at then. You know they added the new.
Yeah, they add in Hayden Christensen as
They've done a
Anakin.
lot in the.
You know what? I don't know who that little fuck was.
They're the who does.
The original guy.
The original I think he's just some random guy. I know
Some British dude.
they toyed around with the idea of having it be like an iconic actor, like when the mask.
You know what?
Yeah,
Look,
they
I'm sorry for
did
you.
He looked like a fucked up John Wayne.
Yeah. Look, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you, dude. But Anakin makes more sense. Go on, Hayden Christensen.
Right.
You were saying it makes more sense that he would appear the way he did before. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It's weird that they felt the need to add it in, but I'm not saying it's a
Well,
bad
but they
thing
did because of the prequels.
I know, but they didn't have to.
Which we will transition
I heard they
into.
almost added in like Mace Windu and Qui-Gon Jinn also into the. That would have got a little crowded, I would think.
Yeah, it would.
Mace Windu can suck my asshole.
You don't like Mace? Well, we'll save that. Save it.
All right.
Here's something that we did pretty. I can't believe we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about Yoda at all.
Oh shit, Yoda. I did.
Oh
did.
my
Empire
fucking-
Strikes Back.
You
I said-
mentioned the whole thing at the swamp, his speech, but we didn't talk
I
about
thought
the
that was
character.
good.
We didn't talk about Yoda at all.
Like I said, other than him mentioning that speech that he gave
Right.
in the swamp, let's go back and talk about Yoda, who is probably the right
How
up.
did we miss that?
I don't.
Biggest badass of Star Wars.
We just started talking about a bunch of shit.
All right, so Yoda is in the original trilogy. He's a puppet voiced by Frank Oz
Love
of
it.
Muppet fame.
Love it.
He's also puppeteered by Frank Oz. And
Love
stuff.
Frank Oz.
I love Frank Oz too.
He
The Muppet Show.
did not really want to puppeteer Yoda in this newer movie because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And he was like, no, but
And the puppet kind of
I think
looked
I'm
kind of
good.
off in the movie to me.
it
too.
did. It
looked
did.
A little small.
But it
and
was
skinny.
real. It was a puppet.
Oh yeah, you could definitely
Yeah,
tell
it was a puppet.
I'm glad they did puppet instead of CG.
Yeah. So anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
GG.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Yoda.
We got more movies to go.
Let's talk about Yoda as a character.
Okay.
I find it odd that so many people associate Yoda with the backwards talking. Not backwards, but how do you?
Yoda.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually talk like that except at the beginning when he's just screwing around with Luke.
I mean, he lives in that swamp and he makes that soup, and that's what he eats all the
What
time.
does this have to do with him talking?
Probably fucks with his brain, dude.
No, I'm just no, that's not true at all. Because
Why?
well, people always associate Yoda with the talking like
Well, he did a
No,
little.
no, 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 that's what I'm saying.
He did a
He's
little
eating
bit.
that soup,
No, he does that as he's
and it makes him talk backwards.
No, it doesn't. He's testing Luke and stuff. But I think it's funny that so many people associate the character with that when that's just a small little thing he does when it first
Yeah.
introduces
Oh yeah,
him.
every time Mark Hamill brings up Yoda, he always has to throw it in backwards.
I'm still gonna blame it on the soup.
Okay, blame it on the soup all you want, but I blame it on the fans.
What do you think was in this?
Being dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
There you go. Matt says, Star Wars fans with the Yoda stuff, you're dumb as fuck.
I mean, it is dumb because he
He didn't denounce it.
I
He
did.
agrees.
It is dumb
Fuck you,
because
dumb fucks.
you're basing an entire
I
character
don't
off
mean
of a couple of minutes where he's screwing around.
Doesn't
and
he
acting
talk
off-
like that? Like for
Not all the time.
a bit though?
Well,
Or am I wrong?
Until he breaks character and he reveals that he's not actually a weird monkey guy that
Right.
like acts all.
Monkey guy.
That's how he acts at first. He acts
A
weird,
pest.
but he's yeah, like a pest. He's
Oh, red light!
exactly.
Eats his dinner.
Leave that alone. Don't touch that.
R2 gets in a fight with him and starts banging on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yoda was kind of a pest.
but it was a test.
Right,
He was
right.
testing Luke's patience, and then he reveals himself to actually talk normal and be a very wise, intelligent
Soup maker.
Jedi master.
Badass.
Soup maker.
Soup maker. Yeah.
I want to know what kind of soup that was that he made.
I don't know.
Snakes. Mud.
Snakes.
Snakes?
Hey, didn't Luke...
Soup did he make? Snakes?
Didn't Luke find a couple of snakes on Dagobah? There's like one right in Yoda's house, so you just pick it up.
Yeah, I think it was in his shit, but he wasn't eating
There's one
it.
in his ship too. I think there.
Oh, I thought you said it was shit.
Oh, in his shit.
I was like, I don't remember that part.
What kind of soup was it? Snakes?
It was snakes. Those weren't noodles, Joe. They were snakes.
Yums.
Mud.
Yums.
All right.
I mean, I don't see how he could grow any food out there. Shit.
All right. Let's think. Original trilogy. What else do we want to say?
New Hope's the best.
It is the best, but Return of the Jedi is my favorite.
See, we all have different favorite ones.
Jeremy likes Empire Strikes Back.
Princess Leia in the gold bikini. What do you think, Joe?
That
Rock and
was
roll.
Tough to follow.
Top notch.
Top notch. Rock and roll.
There's a reason it's super iconic because
Rock and roll.
it just works on so many levels. Is that it? We're leaving out on Carrie Fisher's
Carrie Fisher.
God rest her soul.
I heard the first
God
movie they
rest
had
her
to like tape her.
Joe, that is so disrespectful. Stop
Shit,
laughing.
I'm so sorry.
Joe's a dick.
Oh, I'm an ass clown.
It's gonna be hard to replace Carrie Fisher. Spoiler alert.
Oh no, you can't.
We'll get to that.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler! She's dead, everybody.
Oh no, Joe. Oh.
Yeah, for you guys who call yourself Star Wars
Oh, no.
and haven't paid attention, Carrie Fisher is
I
dead.
started laughing.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
So we flash forward to
Boom!
what was that, Joe?
that was flashing forward.
Awesome.
Oh, I thought it was backwards.
Backwards.
Wow.
Well, we are
The
going to
prequel.
Well,
prequels,
in a
so-
sense, we're going forward in our time to the year 1999.
Let me go
Back
ahead
in
and
time.
say that this. Wait, what are you talking about?
Go for it. Go for it. Just do your thing.
This movie, right? Episode 1. The Phantom
The
Menace.
Menace.
I went to the movie theater and stood the fucking line for an hour and a half
Mhm.
to see this.
A lot of people do.
I got denied the first night. I was a little boy. I cried. I cried.
I was 5 years old
You
and
got
I did not go
denied?
see it.
Yeah, there were so many people in the movie theater.
It's like, fuck you, little
My
kid.
dad promised to take me, and there was
Did
two
you
people
dress up?
sold out. Sold out.
I did not. However, before the movie came out, I was in college. I was a freshman in college, and I bought so much bullshit because I was so excited that Star Wars was coming back. I bought lightsabers. I bought micro machines. I bought face masks. I bought
You went in.
dildos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm, you know,
About Star Wars
Dark.
dildo.
I
Vader.
fucked R2D2. I mean, you know, that's, you know, that's
R2D2 fleshlight.
right. R2D2.
Oh, dude, if that hasn't been invented, we totally need to get a patent on that.
Hey, fleshlight.
Or like a lightsaber fleshlight.
Fleshlight, talk to us. Talk to us. Matt and Joe's Media Overload team.
It looks like a light. It looks like just like the.
That would be
When
amazing.
you come, it.
That's amazing. Or after you like jizz into it, like the R2D2 would be like.
That's not oil. He's
Oh God!
Oh Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with
Anyway,
I
so
got twisted real quick.
I will tell you that I was super excited about
the
this
Darth
movie.
Maul one has an opening on both ends.
Because-
Okay, I'm done.
Damn it, Matt.
I'm done. I'm done.
So anyway, this movie. It's a really good subject. This movie, I was super excited about because it was the beginning of my most favorite character in all of Star Wars ever, Darth Vader,
Oh God.
and how he
Darth Maul.
began. No, fuck Darth Maul.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the origin of Darth
And they
Vader.
fucked it
I
up.
thought you were
Vader.
talking about like the
And
I
they
know,
fucked
I
it
know,
up
I know.
for you, didn't they,
So
Joe?
he's a little kid. So he's a little kid. Now, I will tell you, after seeing all of the movies all the way through, I'm going to jump forward a little bit in this movie and say I don't think the pod racing thing is a bad thing. I thought that was badass.
Well, it definitely shows his Jedi reflexes.
So let's go back. We'll go back. Qui-Gon Jinn is probably my second favorite Star Wars character ever.
He was a good Jedi.
Played-
Good actor too.
Liam Neeson.
I think he's amazing.
He really is.
And I wish there was more of him. But he's only in this piece of shit.
Unfortunately, that really is a bummer.
But
But he rocked it though. If it wasn't for him, there'd
yeah,
be like.
but a lot of people like Darth Maul too.
Oh,
I like Darth Maul.
I like his skills.
I like Darth Maul later on. I like how his story progresses.
Yeah.
like in the
later.
Clone
We'll talk-
Wars.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Do you know?
Well, I know about him getting cut off and they reattach him somehow to his brother.
Yeah, we'll talk. Okay, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. So I like the reasons that I like this movie. I'm getting excited because we're gonna find out.
I like Phantom Menace. I do.
The only
I'm getting
oh
excited
my
because
gosh.
we're gonna meet somebody.
Oh yeah, we have another special guest who I'm going to call in here in just a few moments, but we'll get to that because I want to talk about because you mentioned Qui-Gon Jinn and Liam Neeson and stuff. There's a lot of problems with the prequels. The actors, the casting is not one of those
Jake
problems.
Lloyd, oh my gosh.
Jake Lloyd's not bad for
I
a
thought
child
he
actor.
was terrible.
For a child, he's a
I
kid.
could literally punch him in the face.
He's
That's
a
how bad
kid.
he was. Oh my
Wow.
god.
Okay. Well.
You know, he was chosen because he looked sort of like a young Leonardo DiCaprio, and they were really hoping he would play.
That don't
retarded.
surprise me.
That's I'm just saying.
Like as he
that's-
got older, he would play the.
Well, Leo would play Anakin in Attack of the Clones.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody other than Christian Haynes.
Hayden Christensen.
Whatever.
Ruined his career.
I actually don't think he's
I
that
mean-
bad. The script is
There was
awful.
only problem.
What kind of glue?
No, we're not gonna go into that yet. One movie at a time.
Can I
Joe.
just say, all I want to say about the first movie is, I like the lightsaber battle at the end. That's all.
The music's good.
The music is good. That whole music part that's playing during the lightsaber battle is probably, every time I hear that, I can just think of those three fighting. So.
I really like Ewan McGregor
Oh yeah.
as
yeah.
Obi-Wan. And so
Oh, yeah, me
he's
too.
perfect.
Yeah.
casting.
Oh yeah.
As far as like
No doubt.
looking like what you think Alec
Yeah.
Guinness would
No
look
doubt.
like, and
Probably
bringing the mannerisms,
yep, probably-
all that,
yep,
perfect.
Yep.
Good job.
Probably the best on-spot casting
Yeah.
for him.
And
know,
the thing
moving forward.
is, you know, he had to have known after the first movie that it wasn't that good and stuff, but he still brought his A game for all three movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he did his best.
It was
He
Ewan
did-
McGregor. He was kicking fucking
did a
ass.
great job.
Right.
Natalie Portman.
She did a good job. I thought she did a great job.
She
Hot,
did.
You
too.
want to talk about Anne Hathaway?
Oh my god.
Let's talk about Natalie
I
Portman.
was fixing to say, well, I wasn't talking about it.
From last week, be talking about Anne, whatever, Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, let's talk about
Let's
Natalie.
talk about Natalie Portman.
Do it.
Holy balls.
Smoke show. She's hot.
Nice.
She is.
I mean, let's make her the mother of Luke and Leia.
They did.
Awesome.
Sure. Why not?
Good looking kids.
Convincing, I feel too.
Mhm.
As far as like, you imagine what.
But-
yeah, what?
Never mind.
I was just gonna say, if you imagine what Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's kids would look like when they grew up a bit, Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher's not far off.
Not
I mean,
terrible.
it's pretty
The
good.
only
It was
prob-
pretty good.
The only problem, a lot of people complained about the next movie, which we won't talk
Attack of the
about yet.
Clones. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. But anyway, so we got some characters in this movie. So kind of after Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan get down to the planet. They're running from the Trade Federation. Shit's coming on top of them. You know what I'm talking about, Jeremy. I keep touching you. I'm sorry. I'm very tactile. When
You're
I'm,
good. As long as you don't start humping me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might happen. I don't know.
Just keep it above the waist, too.
But there's this motherfucker running. He's like,
Get the fuck out of the way.
yeah, and then Qui-Gon tackles him, and then over the top they go, and then they pick him up. Why did they save this dude? I really don't know, to be honest with you.
Maybe they pitied him, Joe. Wouldn't you feel bad for him? He was clumsy. Yes.
I mean, I guess.
But he becomes a senator. Well,
I guess, but so when they meet
We're
this
talking
guy,
about. Are you leaving it vague on purpose?
no,
Okay,
I was
we're talking
gonna
about
say-
we're talking about Jar Jar Binks here.
yeah. So I
Okay.
said they meet this guy.
You haven't said
name's-
his name.
his-
Okay.
I was getting
Okay.
I was
Sorry.
getting ready to.
I'm
his
just
name.
thinking you might be confusing people.
His name's Jar Jar Binks.
His name is Jar Jar Binks,
He's
which is
he's
automatically
he's a
kind of
Gungan.
goofy.
He's a Gungan.
Gungan.
They are a native of Naboo, the home planet of Natalie Portman. What was her name in the movie?
Padme.
Padme.
Amidala.
Amidala, yes.
Oh,
The home of Natalie Portman.
Home of Natalie Portman and Jar Jar Binks.
What other movie is she actually in? I can't think of any other movies she's
Natalie
in.
Portman?
Yeah.
Oh, she's in a lot.
She's in a lot, but I can't think of one that was actually better than Star Wars.
Black Swan.
Oh, that
Never
one's
seen
special.
that.
I haven't seen it, but supposedly it's very good.
Yeah. Thor.
Anyway, so they were.
Thor. I forgot.
Oh yeah, she's in Thor.
Getting off topic. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh, we can get off
Sorry,
topic.
guys.
Who knows where we'll go?
Natalie Portman.
Don't feel
Um,
bad for getting off topic.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what we do.
What this is about.
First time in the studio.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, so Jar Jar Binks
Mhm.
saves him.
Misa Jar Jar.
Yeah, and he's got this crazy way of talking, which I think Mr. Lucas was trying to appeal to the Childrons with a Z.
He
Oh,
was
yeah, probably,
definitely,
probably.
and like I said, I was 5 years old when this movie came out, so I don't hate Jar Jar because I was part of that demographic he was appealing to.
I stood in line for an hour and a half, and then I went and
And you
saw
were
a
in
movie
college.
where this motherfucker
You were in
was
college,
in it.
yeah. I'm sure you were disappointed.
With the
I was-
bitches etiquette.
I was pretty pissed off. I was like, what?
But now, with the benefit of hindsight, do you really hate him or?
You know what? After time has passed and things have progressed, you know, like Industrial Revolution and the Civil War has ended. He doesn't annoy me quite as much as he used to.
Yeah,
Not as much.
yeah, he's not. That
I mean, he's
bad.
still kind of annoying, but once he like had a seat on the Senate,
I think it's just become
Let's
popular
roll
to
to see
hate
what-
him.
yeah.
Though it's kind of like everyone hating
you
Nickelback.
know who they wanted to play Jar Jar though? The computer actor where they got the balls
Yeah,
on
motion capture.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
actually a guy.
Michael Jackson.
Oh wow.
You know, I believe I've heard that.
Michael Jackson.
Also heard Tupac was gonna be based on New. Just to say, don't mean to throw you off subject, but
Jesus.
Really?
yeah, I could definitely
That's
see
interesting.
Tupac as based on New. It's crazy.
But anyway, so
not be bad.
but I mean, I'm not the expert on Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, I don't hate him. Now, one of my friends
Yeah.
actually has a pretty strong opinion about Jar Jar Binks.
Okay.
He really does.
Okay.
But I'll let you ask him about it because he's actually here in the studio.
Okay. Wait. No, he's in Studio B, right?
Yes, he's in Studio B, but he's going to walk in here and just.
Oh, he's gonna come in.
He's going. Yes.
Oh,
he's
I thought he usually hung out in Studio B.
Yeah. Well,
That's what you were telling me.
He
Are
normally.
you a liar, Matt?
He normally does, but
Are you
he's
lying
actually
to
going.
me?
He's going to walk in here. in just
Oh,
a
okay.
moment.
All right. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to our newest correspondent here at Media Overload Studios, Mr. Lincoln Buck. Lincoln, come on in here.
Hey, Lincoln.
Lincoln, in here.
Hey, Lincoln.
Hello? Hello? Joe?
Hi, Lincoln.
Hi, Joe. What are you doing?
All right, well, we're here talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Joe! Let me tell you, I love Star Wars so much. I mean,
You're really out of breath.
it truly was a Star War. Let me tell you.
Well, I guess that's kind of. Oh, sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
What do you want to talk about, Joe?
Well, from what I hear, Lincoln, you are a huge Jar Jar Binks fan.
Joe, Jar Jar Binks is my favorite Star Wars character that I've ever seen.
Really?
Of all the movies, I've read all the novels, I've played all the video games, I've watched all the TV shows, and Joe, let me tell you, Jar Jar Binks is the highlight of the Star Wars franchise.
What?
Wow.
Okay. Whoa.
Can we hang up on this guy?
No, he's here in the studio, Jeremy. Just take it easy.
All right, Lincoln, why don't you explain? I think Jeremy and Joe are having a hard time understanding why you like Jar Jar so much. Well, I was 8 years old when The Phantom Menace premiered. Who is The Phantom Menace, by the way? Joe?
I think it's Darth Maul. I guess.
I don't think it is. I think it's Jar Jar Binks. Let me
Is
tell you
it?
why I think that, Joe.
Okay.
I was 8 years old when the movie premiered. I went to see it with my Uncle Chet. Chet wasn't really my uncle. Actually, I don't think I was supposed to be with him. He gave me wine before we saw the movie.
Hell yeah.
No, Jeremy, that's bad.
Not that I condone to it or anything like that.
I actually don't remember much of the movie after Jar Jar. I passed out.
God, imagine not.
I woke up in Chet's van.
Oh God.
Holy shit.
Lincoln, can you stick to why you like Jar Jar?
Yeah. What's the deal, man?
Okay, so I like Jar Jar because, I mean, he's really the hero of the whole thing, don't you think, Joe?
No How?
What the fuck did he save?
Well, he starts out the movie, and he's running, and he's trying to get away, and he ends up becoming a member of the Senate.
Oh God.
I mean,
That's
That
where-
doesn't happen in this movie.
That's where they fucked up at, Joe. Putting him in the Senate.
what have you done with your life, Joe? You become a member of the Senate yet?
Lincoln. He doesn't become a member of the Senate in this movie.
It's called character development, Joe. Ever heard of it?
They didn't do. He didn't have much of
Lincoln,
that.
you're being really aggressive.
Well, Joe, because I'm passionate about Jar Jar.
Well, look, this is the
Yeah.
first time you're on the podcast.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so glad to be here with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and Matt, and Leica, and Jeremy, and talking about Jar Jar Binks and
Yeah,
Star
well, look,
Wars.
you're attacking me right
Okay, Joe. Okay, I'm gonna mediate a little bit because I'm feeling a lot of tension. Lincoln is sweating, and Joe is sweating. They both sweat a lot. It's kind of gross. Joe, why don't you ask Lincoln some questions? Not necessarily just about Jar Jar, but just about his opinions of the movie as a whole.
now. Like episode
Okay,
1?
I can do that.
Episode
I
1?
can do that. Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready, Joe.
Lincoln,
Yes.
what do you think about Padme?
My Batman?
No, Padme!
What?
Padme!
Pate?
What do you think about pate?
Pate? I don't know why you're talking about that in Star Wars, but
I mean, they must have eaten it at some point, I imagine.
Joe, I don't like it. It reminds me of dog food.
Okay. All right. So, how do you
Lincoln,
feel?
Lincoln, he was asking you about Padme Amidala. Oh, okay. Natalie Portman. I don't like her.
Why?
Do I really need to explain why, Joe?
Yeah, you do, because
Well-
it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Well, first off,
Do you like girls?
Joe, let me tell you something. Keira Knightley was actually in that movie as well.
Oh yeah.
Played the body double. And she's much hotter than Natalie
Oh,
Portman.
wait, she was.
Not
wasn't
with
she?
that makeup on. Oh my gosh, she looked like
Yeah, they look exactly the same.
Evil Dead. Hey.
So, Lincoln, you're not a fan of Natalie Portman? Well, I didn't say I wasn't a fan of Natalie Portman, Matt. I was just saying that I don't believe... Okay, Lincoln, you're getting aggressive again. You really are. It's kind of
Yeah, Lincoln, you need to calm down.
derailing the whole thing. I understand that you're passionate about Jar Jar. You like Jar Jar. But, I mean, come on. You really think that he is the highlight of the entire franchise? I mean, you're a huge Star Wars fan. You really think that Jar Jar is the best thing that ever happened to the Star Wars franchise? I really do, Matt. I really do believe that. With all my heart and all my soul.
What? Why?
Well, Joe, I'll tell you.
Where is your evidence? Where is your evidence, Lincoln?
Well, obviously.
This is why we would keep you in the other studio, by the way.
Well, Joe, what you want me around for is reviewing products and things like that. And that's what I'm going to start doing on my own segment. I'm thinking about calling it Lincoln Buck. I think you should purchase this product.
Lincoln Buck gives a fuck?
You're going to call your segment Lincoln Buck, I think you should purchase this product. Oh my god. I'm not sure that's the best. What? What's wrong with the title,
That's a
man?
pretty good name.
What's wrong with the title? Okay, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. Joe thinks it's a pretty good name.
I think it's pretty good.
Alright, so Lincoln, we're just having a hard time understanding why you like Jar Jar, and we really need to wrap this up. So can you give us in just a couple sentences why you think Jar Jar is a good character? I think Jar Jar is a good character because everybody underestimates him really early on, and I can relate to that. I think we've all been underestimated at some point in our lives.
Oh my god.
We've been seen as the clumsy fool,
I hate Lincoln.
the comic relief character, but he ends up, by the end of the movie, proving himself. In the next movie, he becomes a member of the Senate, and he makes an amazing decision.
That's a different movie!
Well, I think he's talking about the character, Joe. He's not talking about this movie specifically. We brought him in to talk about the character.
Can we get him back to Studio B, please?
Lincoln, I think you're done.
Yeah.
I'm done!
Get this clown out of here.
Alright, well, thanks for having me on the podcast. It was a real honor. Joe!
Yes, Lincoln.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Matt, thanks for okay, Lincoln, bye.
Fuck off.
Jeremy didn't like Lincoln. Guys,
Where did y'all find that all? What did Han Solo find?
Where did we find Lincoln? Matt?
I went to high school with him.
Oh.
I went to high school with him.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll do it. I think he'll do a good job reviewing products for us.
Did he have any friends in high school?
I was his friend.
Wow.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Did he have money? Why were you his friend?
He had certain quantities of money. Like, do you mean did he have a lot of money?
He had certain quantities of money. What the fuck does that mean?
Like, I mean, he was generous. He would give away money. He
He had
didn't
a
have a
stack
lot
of
of
quarters?
He didn't have a lot of money.
Did like he pay for you to go do shit with him, like play bowling?
Oh yeah. We
Oh.
hung out. We went to the movies. We actually went and saw Force Awakens together.
Did he pay for that?
He did. All right, but moving past it.
Well, that makes sense.
That's
So,
weird.
yeah, I don't hate Jar Jar. Lincoln likes Jar Jar. Joe hated him at first, but now doesn't mind him too much. Jeremy, did you say what you love about Jar Jar? Oh, yeah, you kind of did. You don't
Kind
like
of gray on Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you. I was a kid when I first seen Jar Jar. He was funny then, but now it's just like, ha ha.
Hello, Lincoln!
Joke's over.
Lincoln, fuck off!
Okay, sorry! I think I left my orange juice in there.
Lincoln, get your orange juice.
Why are
and
you
please
drinking
leave.
orange juice at 11 at night?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I needed some vitamin C!
I think somebody better check that.
Okay,
orange
Lincoln,
juice.
thank you.
Okay, so what about Jar Jar's canon finality
Yes,
to his
in
character?
one of the novels, it reveals that he's become a jester,
He becomes a jester.
and like people throw
That's all he does.
stuff at him.
Juggles
and-
shit,
I heard, yeah, I've
It's
read
basically
and that's it.
a nod to the
You go
fans.
from
like,
you go from Senate to
yeah, they hated the character,
Juggler.
and they did that so the
I'm
fans could be
fucking
like, at
that.
least
And he
they
lived on Naboo, right? Naboo.
Yeah, it was on
Homeworld of Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Homeworld and Natalie Portman.
They hated the guy.
Man, I wish I could have Naboo, Homeworld and Natalie Portman.
If you were walking down the street and Natalie Portman walked up to you and said, "Joe,
Take me now. Would you?
would I?" If she said, "Joe, take me now," I would say,
I'd be like standing there, you're like walking by me, and you just jump in front. You're like, yeah!
I would say, my name's not Joe, but you can call me whatever you want.
Call me Obi-Wan.
Call me Lincoln Buck if you want.
Call me fucking you.
Yeah. That's what you would call it.
That was so terrible. That was literally as bad as some of the dialogue in these movies.
Call me fucking you.
Now this is Pod Race. What do you think about that? That line.
Okay. Let's go ahead and just say that's the worst line in the whole goddamn movie.
In this movie.
In
yes.
that movie.
Yes.
Episode 1, Phantom Menace, where little penis Anakin's flying the fighter.
Jake Lloyd
Whatever.
character.
He's flying the pod and he's like dodging shit. He's like, now this is pod racing.
No, it's not.
No, it's fucking
It could not
not.
be further from pod
No,
racing.
you're
First
in-
off,
number
you're not
one.
in a pod.
Right. Number 2, you're in fuck space.
3, it's not a race.
Yeah. 3 or 4. 4, you're in a space fuck ship. 5, you
Well, we
got.
already said it wasn't a pod.
You know what we're talking about?
Oh yeah, the fucking pod racing. I thought it was gay.
Now this is pod racing. No, I like the pod racing.
Well, I'm
pod
saying that
racing was
line
good.
that you're saying it was
Yeah.
really.
Now this is pod racing.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Eat a cock.
That was
Yeah.
terrible.
I thought it was gay.
Whoever wrote that should be smacked upside the goddamn head and shot.
George Lucas.
Did he write that?
Yes, he sure did.
Well, he should be shot in the head.
And that would have saved us from the worst Star Wars movie.
That was one of the bad ideas.
Which is the next one, Attack of the Clones, came out in 2002. Once again, directed by George Lucas.
Well, bam.
Well,
Well, we didn't talk about the end.
Phantom Menace. Go ahead.
Qui-Gon dies. Obi-Wan's cool. They got Darth Maul. He gets cut in half.
Sure
We got more
does.
shit going on. That's really, really fast, but there's more shit to continue. Go ahead, Clone Wars.
Attack of the Clones.
Or Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so we get to Attack of the Clones. Obi-Wan's cut his little braid off. Not braid. He has a little
Yeah,
braid. Yeah,
yeah,
he does.
yeah.
Okay. Jake Lloyd has turned into Hayden Christensen, who now has a braid.
Let's trade braids.
Natalie Portman
Trade braids.
looks the same.
Yeah. She's still hot.
She didn't age.
Still sexy as fuck.
She's in love with a child in the
kid.
first one. Well, not in love with him. She's not in love with him at first, but
it's a galaxy far, far away. There's no.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
there's
also
no
sort of
like.
in the future.
If you want to marry at 25 and 8,
Yeah, I guess you
you
can.
can do it.
Yeah, I guess you can.
Sure.
You can do it.
Attack of the Clones. It's-
And then when you turn 10, you look like you're 25.
yeah. So, Attack of the Clones starts out with that whole speeder chase thing, right? It's been a while since I've seen it. The whole thing with in the speeder or in the city where Anakin drives the
Oh,
speeder.
yeah,
around.
They
yeah,
tried
yeah.
to kill her and he jumps out the window trying to
Yeah,
tackle
yeah,
her.
yeah.
I like that they show like
was cool.
I like that they show with these movies with the pod racing all that stuff that Anakin was a good pilot and that's where Luke gets
Yeah.
like his
Right,
like natural.
Yeah,
I do
I
like
totally
that.
agree.
Right.
That they showcase that it's sort of like a runs in the family type thing that
Yeah,
being a
absolutely.
good pilot and stuff just comes natural. I like that, but that's one of the few things I like about the Attack of the Clones is the worst Star Wars movie. Do we all agree on that?
Hell yeah.
Worse than the Phantom Menace?
Yes, I think so.
That's a tight one.
I'm just gonna say because of the action.
Well,
the
you
big
know
battle
what?
at the
Phantom
end,
Menace
I'm
is better
sorry.
because of Liam Neeson.
True.
So, fuck you.
And Darth Maul. I think Darth Maul's good.
Darth Maul can suck my dick.
Yeah, but Attack of the
Would you
Clones
want
was the
him to?
first time we see Yoda.
If you were walking down the street,
Have you seen his teeth?
yeah.
No.
I like Darth Maul. I thought he was fine.
I didn't like Darth Maul until we kind of foray into the movies from the TV show.
Yeah, but let's finish talking about the movie first, because there's a
Well,
lot.
the TV show is before the movie.
It's during the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but the TV show happened before the movie.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's between.
No. It's between the Phantom Menace and the Clone Wars. Yes.
I thought it was between Attack of the Clones, because this is where the clones come into play, and then the wars are after. I'm pretty sure we.
Let's put Attack of the Clones. Or
Oh fuck! I think you're right.
I am right. You're wrong. Sorry.
Right. Sorry.
So
Because the Clone Wars start Attack of the Clones.
No,
Yeah.
it's not right.
they had to get the clones, and they had to attack before the war could start, Joe.
Which all happened to be Boba Fett.
Well, that obviously makes sense.
Okay. So anyway, the dialogue's pretty bad in this movie. This is where we get that line, like, I hate sand. It's coarse and irritating, and
Awkward.
it gets
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Although I like where Anakin just slaughters all those Tusken Raider fucks.
Like animals.
Yeah.
I killed the women and the children. Right?
Yeah,
that-
it was. But it
that
got
Attack of
awkward
the
there
Clones?
again.
Okay.
Because you cried like a little bitch.
I killed them all, not just the men, the women, and the
I
children.
thought that was in Revenge of the Sith.
No!
Oh, that's
Okay,
in the
okay.
That's in this
It's
movie.
been a while since I've seen it, but you're right. For some reason, they kind of run together. The ones with Hayden Christensen.
Wrong.
Parts of them overlap.
Wrong.
Parts of them do.
Wrong.
For me.
Wrong.
Okay. Well, you were wrong about when the Clone Wars was. Just gonna throw that out there. At least mine's just an opinion. You were wrong about a fact.
Ooh.
Alright, let's move on.
All right. What else do you want to say about it? You like that part. What else do you like about it?
I will say,
Yoda.
Yoda and Count Dooku's fight's pretty good.
you know what?
I like
I
it.
don't like it when Yoda fights.
What?
What? Because you think it looks weird?
Yeah.
With him hopping around and stuff
Yeah,
like a
I think it's
monkey,
weird.
like a
Well, that
monkey
just
man.
shows how powerful he really is.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I think it's weird though.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't want to see the Jedi Master fight, or you just don't like the style of his.
I don't
fight?
like his. I don't like the style.
Okay,
I don't
so
like it.
you
He's
don't-
2 feet tall.
You don't have a problem with him fighting. It's the way they did choreographed it that
Yeah.
bothers you. Okay.
Yeah.
Way too fucking fast.
Yeah. No, he should fucking be like on the other side of it. He was like, and just brings the whole fucking mountain down on top of Dooku. Fuck off.
He could have, but he is also a
Well,
good
people want to see
Jedi.
him use the lightsaber. That's kind of the whole point.
I don't care about that.
You don't care about the lightsaber?
No, I don't want to see him
You don't care about
lightsaber
seeing.
battle.
He's the Jedi Master. You have to see
The
him.
better lightsaber
you're
battle
wrong,
happens later.
Wrong.
Happens
Wrong.
later. I don't want to see him lightsaber
okay,
battle
fine.
Dooku.
Jeremy,
I want to see him lightsaber battle.
Jeremy, mediate this.
Okay.
Do you
here's
think
what-
it's necessary to see Yoda yield a lightsaber?
Yes.
Not now! Not now!
Oh, you want to wait till the... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes!
What's wrong with Count Dooku?
But that's not how the script was written, Joe.
Leica's really pissed off.
Yeah.
I think it is important. Did they pull it out too soon? Fuck no, because Attack of the Clones would have been god awful if they wouldn't have showed that.
It's one of the redeeming features of the movie.
Right.
Okay.
Because Obi-Wan and Anakin got their asses handed to them.
That's true, they did.
They did.
But
And that's where Anakin got his hand cut off. too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Also full of himself.
All right. So we
But
got
on that.
Well,
anything else to say about Attack of the Clones?
Oh yeah,
That's
the
about-
one. Is it Boba Fett or Jabba Fett? Which one's his dad?
Is it
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett.
Jango.
Yeah. Him and Obi-Wan's fight scene was pretty good in that movie.
Oh, that was cool.
I liked it.
That was good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But other than that, there's not a whole lot.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
So moving on to Revenge of the Sith. Oh wait, no, we'll talk about Clone Wars.
Yeah.
You want to just
So,
briefly touch on Clone Wars?
well, and also we kind of also skipped the animated series Rebels,
Oh.
which
Oh, okay.
bridges. Well, no, actually, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Clone Wars here. After this next movie, Revenge of the Sith, then Rebels comes into play.
Okay.
So after Clone Wars, then we begin with Revenge of the Sith. I love the beginning. It's Obi-Wan and Anakin. They're coming in, flying, just blowing shit up.
Mm-hmm.
They got
Two
the little
heroes.
droids going, yeah. And then they come in and Dooku's there, but they got Palpatine all chained up. And this is where Anakin starts to kind of turn.
Snake.
Because, they drink the snakes. And,
What was it? That soup? Snake.
snake soup.
Palpatine had some of that soup.
Yeah, it was in his lap. Anakin was like, "What the fuck?"
Do it. Do it now.
Yeah. So he turns around and they get Dooku down, or Anakin does, because Obi-Wan's got the shit on him, and Palpatine's like, "Do it. Do it. Should I kill him? Do it."
You heard me.
And then he fucking does it. He does it.
Well, apparently Dooku wasn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
Dooku wasn't he Yoda's apprentice at one point?
That's what they
I
said,
think
but
so.
I think everybody's fucking Yoda's apprentice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so going into that, I
Why does everyone's apprentice turn bad?
don't know.
Apparently they don't know how to train them.
Well, you wouldn't have the movie otherwise. So.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I like that. I like that Anakin kills him, and then his fate will be the same as ours, and then he fucking takes Obi-Wan with him
Uh-huh.
and all that.
That was his boy.
Then it moves on. I'm trying to remember. Now, I will tell you this, and it sounds bad because I can't remember what's going on, except for I really, really remember a lot of towards the end of this movie.
Uh-huh.
Of the prequels, next, I will say this, next to New Hope, this is my next favorite Star Wars movie.
Second favorite, really.
Second favorite.
Wow, that's high praise.
It's not a
Yep.
bad movie at all.
It's my fourth favorite. I put the entire original trilogy over it, but I do like it a lot. It's by far the best prequel. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
by far.
Right.
It's overall, I mean, it doesn't have nearly as many flaws as the other two. I mean, it's not perfect. A little too much CGI for my taste.
Yeah.
They overdid it. I mean, literally the whole movie was done on sound stages with blue screen and stuff. Like, none of it was filmed on any locations. Like,
Right.
that kind of bothers me a little, just a little. It kind of gets distracting because 2005 technology, it's not perfect. It looks pretty good, but it's not perfect. It just
So
it's
here's
a little over the top.
But it doesn't look like the original Star Wars.
Well, here's
movie.
also another thing about this movie. I had a buddy that I went to college with, and my dad used to work for Circuit City.
Mhm.
And right before DLP came out, the projector, like HD thing that you could buy TVs for before, all this thin stuff came out.
Uh-huh.
The first one of the first DLP movies out was this Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah.
And me and my buddy had tickets. Dad gave me to me and my buddy. We went and saw it with all these like corporate guys at Circuit City. Fucking believe us. We were watching the movie and I saw it in DLP at the movie theater.
Sweet.
Blew my fucking mind.
Right.
So that doesn't make it the favorite for me. It makes it the favorite because Anakin turns. You see what happens.
Which is done very well.
Yes. Where he's
Still
like
some bad dialogue.
Sure.
But that's the problem with the whole trilogy.
Right.
Because George Lucas wrote
Sure.
it and no one was
But
holding it back.
but it's like this is what you have to do to save your wife. But no, it's not. And he does that to turn him, and to make him.
It was fucked up.
The scenarios, like what's happening, is well written. It's the dialogue is the only, like the story's fine.
I mean, when he
fine.
goes in that control room and kills everybody, and then he's on that balcony and he's looking over the side, and his eyes are all glowing Sith yellow or whatever. I got goosebumps.
Oh yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
That ain't the boy from Little Tatooine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What the fuck?
Revenge of the Sith is the only Star Wars movie that I've seen in theaters.
Wow.
I actually skipped school to see it. Yeah, I actually skipped school to see it.
So did I.
Oh really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade when it came out.
I think I was in
I saw the DLP. Now, before we go too far ahead, I saw Force Awakens in a 3D movie theater.
Hell yeah. So,
Man, it was so cool.
with the chairs.
Oh my
The
god.
lounge
It
chairs
was
they have
amazing.
nowadays are
And I was
awesome.
right up front too, like the worst seat you think you could have.
Right.
It didn't fucking matter. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
the glasses on.
And you had the chair.
Right. It's all
Yeah.
badass. So, anyway.
I was just saying that to say that nostalgia may play a small role in why it's my favorite of the prequels, but it's also still the best. So
That fight scene was
Um,
in though.
Yeah. Don't try it.
what do you think about the whole sequence when like Darth Vader's being assembled?
Okay, so I like that, except everybody hates that part where he's like, no. If it would have sounded a little better.
Hey, that man was hurting.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine all that shit being dropped on you. All the time.
but
Yeah.
his suit
Oh yeah.
is supposed to hurt him.
Yeah.
His suit hurts him
Yeah.
on purpose
Right.
to make him angry.
Right.
So he harnesses that dark side rage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even be like, oh, like even if after you have the suit and you're alive, you're like, ow, motherfucker. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but the whole delivery was bad.
He did fuck the place up though.
He did.
He did.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you were lost.
I must do what I must do.
What? You killed younglings.
You killed younglings.
What an asshole, yo.
Oh my gosh, that's
I don't know.
it's still the best of the prequels.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
no
It
doubt.
is.
No doubt.
sure.
Anything else you want to say about that
Nah.
prequel trilogy?
So, but
But
let's
Clone Wars.
let's back up a little bit.
Back up to the Clone Wars.
Because we got Clone Wars that bridges the gap between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, there's actually 2 animated series.
Yes.
The
And I
Clone
got
Wars.
one that's actually before that that bridges Revenge of the Sith and New Hope.
Mhm.
Wait, no. Attack of the Clones is first.
Take a clone.
Get all fucked up. Attack of the Clones is first. The only thing I got from Attack of the Clones was that, you know, Anakin had an apprentice called Ahsoka.
Who the fuck? Why?
Well, not from Attack of the Clones, from Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Had an apprentice, and he was sort of training her, and she went off the rails. So, that's pretty much all I got from that, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but as far as story,
Do you consider it canon?
Hell yeah.
Like, you consider it part of the canon?
yeah. And I'll
So you like to imagine that she's out there and could pop up in a future Star
yeah.
Wars?
Well, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'll tell you why here in a little bit.
Okay. I was just curious. I'm not saying I disagree. I was just wondering
Yeah.
what your opinion was.
But for me, all of that goes on is all that's to take away from the Clone Wars cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay, so Ahsoka was a Padawan for Anakin.
Right.
And then Anakin got his eye cut at some point. I can't remember when it happens, but it happens. So you see that in the movie, Revenge of the Sith. So it's in there. After that, after Revenge of the Sith, going into New Hope, they have a show called Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Right.
I had a lot harder time trying to identify with this show at the beginning because I was like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, what do you got?
So you've got, man, I can't even remember his fucking name.
Ezra.
There you go, Ezra. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
you know,
Jerry.
I don't watch the show.
We talked about that in episode 1, actually.
Yeah, we did, and I fucked up.
Because you called
Yeah,
Urza Ezra.
Yeah, Ezra.
Yeah.
We got and some other people on
That's all I
the
can
show.
tell you.
Yeah. But he's the main one. So all that to say, like they actually encounter Darth Vader, and then during those travels, also Darth Maul comes back from episode 1. He, if you'll remember from the end of episode 1, gets cut in half and somehow survives, and he's reattached with like a mechanical spider lower half.
I guess it makes sense that he would survive.
Well, but here's the
when you
thing.
Think about it.
Like when he's connected to it, I don't remember how he gets connected to it, but he's connected to it, and it fucks with his brain, and he goes nuts, and he just starts like killing things and people everywhere. And then he finally gets kind of control of it, and then he fights somebody. I can't remember, guys. I'm fucking all this up. He fucks somebody. He fucks somebody. He fights somebody. He fights somebody again, and or he goes somewhere and they take the spider legs off, and he's got two robot legs.
Right.
Then he goes and finds his brother, which is the same species, whatever the fuck he is.
Demons.
But
Demons,
he tries to train him in those ways. But
Oh, shit.
and he does for a time, but then he gets killed.
Okay.
Darth Maul lives, but his brother dies. Anyway, so that's some of that Rebel stuff. Darth Vader's in there, but at the end of Rebels, spoilers, guys, and I don't really know because I haven't seen the episodes, but
This just ended not too long ago.
yes,
Okay.
very recently, Ezra, Ahsoka, and there's one more, I think.
The other Jedi guy, ain't it?
No, he died.
Oh, he died?
He died. The blind guy died.
Wah, wah.
Anyway, there's another person, I can't remember who. But they go through some kind of portal, supposedly time travel, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Time travel in Star Wars?
I had a rumor they're going to put it in the next one.
Yeah. I've heard that there is a possibility that this will occur in the next trilogy.
The next trilogy,
gonna
not
be crazy.
episode 9.
Yeah, no,
in Ryan Johnson's
No,
trilogy.
no, not in that one. But like the next trilogy.
Not Ryan Johnson's trilogy?
Episode 9?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, you said not that one. I didn't
Yeah, not episode 9.
Okay.
Not
Yeah, not
episode
episode
9. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Not episode 9, the new trilogy. So
I I don't know how I
those
feel
characters,
about
yeah, those.
That'd be weird.
You think Ahsoka dies in one of the cartoon episodes,
Right, she falls.
Yeah, but she's not dead. But I mean, it's hard to explain. You'd have to watch the show. They've got like the father, the mother, and the keeper of time. That's the Force. It's weird. It's really, and supposedly that's George Lucas's original idea for the Force.
Lord.
Just fucking weird.
Thank God they got.
I'm not gonna say that they need to keep time travel out of Star Wars because they might do it and they might do it well. It's possible that they could. I just have a hard time seeing it.
Yeah.
I don't. But hold off judgment till we see it. I
Yeah.
guess.
It's gonna get weird.
So
for
anyway,
sure it will get
apparently
weird.
those characters live because they're traveling through time. Who the fuck knows?
Games.
Gay.
I think Darth Vader
This
should
is
have
the
just.
nice little commentary we have provided in the background.
So real quick though, there's a movie between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope
Ooh.
called Rogue One.
Right.
There's also a Clone Wars movie.
Is it like the first 20 chapters between Attack of the Clones and Revenge
Fucking
of the
cartoon
Sith?
movie I was talking about.
There was another
You're talking
one.
about the movie? The
Yeah.
Clone Wars movie,
The
not the,
movie
show?
and the
Oh,
episode,
the one where
they're all the same thing.
The one where
Well,
they
you never
kidnapped
brought
Jabba
up
the
the
Hutt
movie.
son. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that cousin guy.
Yeah.
No, not the son, the cousin.
Cousin, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't specifically mention it, so I didn't know if you.
I watched it and I can't remember anything good about it.
I said there were
so-
two. There were two Clone Wars series,
there was a
a
movie
movie,
and
and then Rebels.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
Rogue One.
So Rogue One, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably my least favorite Star Wars movie ever.
And I love it.
I haven't
But I
seen it.
do like Matt's never seen it, but I do like the end. The end is awesome,
The end is awesome.
and that wasn't originally in the movie.
It runs?
They added that right at the end.
Oh, well, I'm glad
Yeah.
they did. 'Cause
Yeah, I
it's
am
probably
too.
been a bummer.
Because that's
They did reshoots.
because other than the cartoons,
Mm-hmm.
you really don't see Vader really kick fucking ass.
Oh, he was amazing.
Other than him like slowly hitting lightsabers with Luke.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was
the
Obi-Wan.
choreography of those
Yeah.
early movies is
Yeah.
probably their weakest point.
Right. So,
He definitely went
but
on.
in that, he's like deflecting lightsaber or blaster bolts and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit. Anyway,
So you didn't like how they got the cyber crystals for
Nah.
the Death Star?
nah,
Oh, man.
yeah.
Crazy.
And somebody told me that if you liked Rebels, you would like that movie.
Hell no.
But I don't understand. Like there was supposed to be an
Not me.
Easter egg, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see one.
Comment below if you know, because I have no idea.
Yeah, I've heard that too, and I haven't seen the movie
I don't-
or Rebels, but I'm aware that there was supposed to be a.
I didn't recognize any character that reminded me of anybody in Rebels.
Maybe it was Grand Moff Tarkin. Was he in Rebels?
Yeah, but he's in the other Star Wars movies.
He does in what? New Hope? Grand Moff Tarkin, the old
Yeah,
guy?
because he blows
He's
up.
good
How do you
blow
feel
up.
about the CGI face thing?
I'm
okay with it.
Putting him in there.
I'm okay with it.
It looked good.
Yeah, I thought
Looked
it
good.
looked fine. I've seen
Good.
the clips. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen like.
Yeah, it looks good.
Because
Looks good. They
I
did a
only
good
looked
job.
it up because everyone was talking about how
Yeah.
shitty it was, and I was like, it's
What?
pretty good.
I
The
thought they
Carrie
did a good
Fisher
job.
was a little bit different than Grand Moff Tarkin.
You want to see a
but-
shitty CG job? Look for
Attack of the
fucking.
Clones.
But no, look for Henry Cavill's
Lip.
mustache
Oh,
in
Justice
Justice
League.
League. Yeah, you haven't seen it yet.
yeah.
I've seen the
Yeah.
clip. I've seen pictures and stuff. It's
I
bad.
didn't notice it till somebody said
It's
something.
bad.
His lip was really weird.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. I honestly did not notice it till somebody said something.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking the fuckers in the eyes.
I was like, why does this?
I mean, that's what you
Damn, he
do.
has some nice teeth.
Don't you look people in the eyes when they're talking to you?
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at their
I
lip.
saw it different too. It was a little weird.
I'm going to look at their lip if like I'm like, well, why don't you go down on some shit here?
What about
That's
Bruce,
the only way I'm going to look at your lip.
What about Bruce Lee movies? You know, their words are a little bit off. How's that make you feel?
What's it got to do with sucking my dick?
Well,
He's
their-
asking you if you want Bruce Lee to suck your dick.
no, their lips are
Bruce
both.
Lee's dead, Jeremy.
Well, rest in peace, Bruce Lee. Hey, Bruce Lee was awesome.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was awesome. But anyways,
He was awesome.
Bruce Lee of Star Wars, that'd be even better. Let's go, next one. Oh, did we finish our
Well, Jeremy's hijacking the podcast.
All right, Jeremy's producer, director, and all of everything now.
Bruce Lee's awesome.
All right.
That's one.
Jesus
Hell's
Christ.
breaking loose.
Jeremy's just pirated our whole
I didn't even
fucking
get to
setup.
finish- I didn't even get to finish Rogue One. You don't want me to finish?
Talking
Well,
about
you
it,
should. Yeah, go ahead.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You cut you off. We did it.
I thought Rogue
You
One.
cut you off.
I thought Rogue One. Yeah, I did
That's what
cut
you
myself
said.
off.
He did.
I did.
You cut you off.
He cut himself off.
That sounds better than you cut you off.
Whatever.
Rogue One, I thought was a good movie. I like the way
Yeah,
it
I
started
know.
from beginning to end. Like the whole time they were
All
on
right,
a
so
convention.
this is Jeremy's review of Rogue One since Matt hasn't seen it and I really don't care for it.
The only thing I thought was corny was maybe the two Chinese guys.
Can
in
you
the
start
movie.
from the beginning?
Oh,
Start
when they
from the
show
beginning.
up on
Start from the beginning of the movie,
okay,
like
they
we
show-
just did for everything. This is all you, buddy.
they show up on Jyn Erso's planet, right?
Who's Jyn Erso?
Her dad is the one who made the plans to the Death Star and all
Okay.
that.
What planet is that?
Shit, if I know, I don't remember the movie that
Okay,
well.
very good. All right, that makes sense then.
But anyways, the Empire comes. They want him to come back to the ship, but he don't want to go.
Right.
So he tells his daughter to go into hiding, and therefore they kill his mom and they take him to go back to work on the Death Star. So in between all this time, I don't know what the fuck happens to her. I guess she's with what's his name, Forrest.
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh yeah,
Forrest
yeah,
Whitaker.
yeah.
Whatever his character was, I guess he raised her and all that bullshit. And somehow the rebels got a hold of her, and they basically convinced her to join their side.
Right.
And her whole mission is out to save her dad, which, in the opposite, they give Captain Acacius a plan to kill her dad.
Yeah. Wait, isn't her dad the one that created the Death Star?
The Death Star, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, anyways, they're both on their own mission through this entire one mission.
Okay.
But anyways, they land on whatever planet it was, secret Empire base for the whatever, and somehow her dad ends up getting killed. I don't really remember, but anyways, the Empire shot him, I think.
Yeah,
I can't
on that
remember
launch
the-
pad. Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
can't remember the general's guy's name. Anyways,
Yeah, I can't remember.
he shows up at Darth Vader's castle.
Yeah.
Darth Vader chokes the shit out
Yeah,
of
Darth
him.
Vader had a castle,
And-
Matt.
Yeah,
He had
Yes,
a fucking
a
castle.
Nice.
where you
Isn't
recuperated.
that weird? Yeah. You're right. See, I didn't know that before
Right.
later. Yeah, it was one of his regeneration
Before
places.
later.
Yeah, because like he had places where he would go
Right.
and he could take his suit off and regenerate.
They said it was on Mustafar.
Yeah,
The
but it
planet
wasn't.
where-
But it wasn't there. This was another place that he had,
Right.
and he could take his armor off and
Chill.
like float in the baby tank.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's interesting.
Well, I guess this
I
guy
need to
shows
see the
up and ends up pissing him off for some whatever reason.
See, I didn't notice that though.
Vader choked
Like
him.
during the movie, like when I saw it, I was like, I didn't notice that it was a castle.
Yeah,
It's badass.
this is bad.
like
Darth
fucking
Vader's
Dracula.
badass. Don't fuck with him.
Fucking Dracula. No,
Hell
Darth
yeah.
Vader's the best.
Yeah, yeah. But anyways, it
Anyway.
just shows you whatever how badass he is.
So at the end of this movie, okay, so they blow up the planet
right,
where everybody's on.
that
Like,
whole secrets.
yeah, that gets the rebel shit.
They get the plan out of there, and the way they
Right.
do it, they have to be perfect and right on time.
How do they do it?
Well, the way they have the planet, it's like guarded by this little, how would you say it? Like a little, something where people can't enforce into the planet
Like
or
a
shade, like a force field or
Shield,
shade.
force. Okay.
Right. So somehow, excuse me. Woo. Somehow, they get onto this planet.
Joe's like leaning away from Jeremy like as far as he
Secretly.
possibly can.
Don't want him to get sick. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't want to be sick.
Well, they get on this planet and somehow they make their way up. They get the planes to the Death Star, and meanwhile, all the guys are doing a distraction on the beach and they're fighting and so much.
It's already coughed at me several times. I'm already.
I thought I
fucked
had
either way.
more. I thought I had more.
No, I'm fucked either way.
Oh. Well, you got good insurance.
No, I have none insurance.
Hey, there you are. Fuck.
Anyway,
Neither do I.
Anyways. Probably why I'm sick. Yeah, anyways, they get the plans, and they have to send it back to the spaceship that's...
Right?
It's not the spaceship that Leia is in, not yet.
No.
Right.
Right.
So they send it up, and here comes Darth Vader just fucking shit up.
Oh, man. And he does.
He wants those plans back.
Oh,
doesn't he,
he's
Joe?
he's pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's ready.
So he's...
He's ready for plans.
yeah, he's fucking shit up right now.
So-
He's ready to fuck some shit up and get those plans.
yeah, but he
So anyway,
failed.
so yeah, so he's like tearing through this ship, and these guys are trying to stop him.
No!
And they get the plans to
Run!
to the Corellian Corvette that you
Right.
see at the beginning of New Hope,
Exactly.
at the very beginning.
And then they pass it off to Leia.
So that's it. There you go.
And then everybody dies.
The
Right?
CGI Leia was a little bit awkward, but I thought it fit perfect into the movie.
That was decent.
It was decent, I guess, but it wasn't as good as Grand Moff Tarkin, I guess.
Yeah, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, they did a good job with him, I thought.
So anyway, so that leads into, that leads into the whole new set. So after,
Sort of. It actually leads into the originals, but
Well, yeah, that movie does, but Force Awakens.
man, that's a lot of stuff to cover.
There's a lot of fucking Star Wars.
all right. Well, we still got 2 movies, guys,
Yeah,
and we're going to talk about the future too. So let's get on.
we're going.
The
We're going.
Force Awakens came out 2015. It was directed by J.J. Abrams.
Who?
J.J. Abrams.
I have a problem with J.J. Abrams.
What's your problem with J.J. Abrams?
Every movie, if you know, I feel like he starts something, he never finishes it. He always passes it off to some other director. Look at Star Trek, for example.
He's done a lot of franchises where he did the 3rd Mission Impossible.
Yeah, like what the
That's what we're saying.
hell?
Like he starts it.
Yeah.
He did 2 Star Treks. It's weird that the same guy rebooted Star Trek and then started
It is
off
strange.
the
It
Star
is
Wars.
strange.
That is weird. Yeah, and then he directed Force Awakens, and he didn't direct Last Jedi, but he is coming back for Episode 9
Well, maybe he has
Right.
a plan.
to direct. Yeah. So what do you think about The Force Awakens? It was met with kind of mixed reception. Overall, I think people liked it, but there was still that group of people that thought it rehashed a little too much of
Yeah.
A New Hope.
I agree with that.
I agree too, but I don't think it's.
Not as
I think-
egregious as people say.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
not. It's.
I think they try to use all the trilogies in just one movie. Like if you notice, in
Like aspects of all the.
all 3
Okay.
original
I can see
ones.
that.
What do you mean?
Okay, we'll use what's the Last Jedi? The training of Luke and Rey. Okay, there's one.
Yeah. But that movie didn't come out yet.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general.
Last Jedi had some rehashing too.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the rehashing.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
And then the whole side mission with what's her face, the girl we all hate, and John
Rose.
Boyega. I don't know why I call them by their first name. I guess that's just how.
Rose and Finn.
Let's talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I guess you were saying, what is the Luke and Rey training reminiscent of Yoda and Luke? Or
Yeah.
is that what you were getting at?
That and the
Yeah.
conflict between they using the families still.
Uh-huh.
So in the first one, you see Han and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
That reminded me of Darth Vader and Luke
That's true.
Skywalker.
That's true.
Obviously.
Well, that's kind of what we were talking about.
I think
the what's the word Matt likes to use? Tropes.
Tropes, yes.
Are like the same.
Uh,
Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Like New Hope and
I definitely would. But some of the stuff is just a flat out, like, they basically made
Repeat.
part of the movie again. I mean, that's or
yeah.
yeah.
all that stuff. I mean, it ends up, it is a little too similar, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it makes sense that they would maybe revive a plan that failed.
Personally, I don't give a fuck. Just make it awesome.
Well, the first
And it
one,
was.
It was good. It was a good movie. I liked it.
However,
The first one, I say it was a really good movie. The ending was a little bit.
yeah, I was gonna say Rey using the lightsaber for the first time, Finn using the lightsaber, and he could fucking do it. You have to be a trained Jedi master
Yeah, but Finn got
to use
fucked
that
up.
fucking shit. Yeah,
And
he
they
did.
also-
Well, his bad.
Well, Go ahead.
His bad.
Yeah, his bad. He shouldn't have picked it up. He should have played
fuck
Dad. But anyways, in the first one, the problem I had with at first you see Kylo as like this big, strong dude, and then you see him in the Force, and he gets fucked up by Rey. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like,
I guess, yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, he stopped a fucking bullet for Jesus Christ in the first
I
scene.
know. In the very beginning of the goddamn movie.
Right.
Let's just run down a checklist and talk about what we think about these new characters that they brought in.
Okay.
Because there's some interesting ones.
I like
for
Rey.
better or worse. Okay, let's just start with Rey, our sort of new protagonist.
I don't like her.
You don't like
You
it?
don't like Rey?
Is it because of the female lead role?
Joe is sexist.
I mean, yes, I am in a way too, but I think she's doing a good job.
No,
For something new, she's
it's not
killing
because
it.
I'm sexist. I just,
I was kidding. I was
well, I mean, like, okay, going totally off the rails. Like, I don't like female rockers. Like, I don't think they rock.
Right.
I don't think a female lead in a rock band, quote unquote.
That's like a female rapping.
Rocks.
It's just not cool.
Yeah, it doesn't match.
Ugh.
I don't get the vibe. I'm sorry, ladies. Just sing beautifully. Let me
Just be a lady.
let me look at the waterfall. Let me listen to the trickling sounds of the water hitting the lake. I don't need you screaming at me. That's what happens when I fuck up. Okay?
Yeah.
That anyway. What was I talking about?
Rey.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of her character. I just don't buy it. I don't know why.
Well, how would you have it, Joe?
Who would I have?
Yeah, like what would you do? If you're starting fresh, who do you want to be this new Jedi that comes and takes the role? Would it be a boy? Would it be an alien? You have a good actor for him?
John Krasinski
Who is he from?
John Krasinski
from The Office.
would have been in place of Rey.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Can you explain that casting choice? Just like him? Just think he looks the part?
Well, obviously, he wouldn't do the same kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, obviously.
You
But
have to be a little bit
He
more
wouldn't have
serious.
the bow. He wouldn't have the bow either. I don't like the bow. I don't like that. It reminds me too much of Darth Maul, which is not one of my favorite characters. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think he would. I think he'd be better.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I don't have a problem with Rey. I like her overall as a new protagonist. I mean, you know, I don't think it. I do think that it seems like these new movies are trying to, as I kept saying while we were watching the movie, they're trying to like cross off all these check marks with diversity. Like, ooh, a good female, strong female lead. Oh, a good strong black lead. A good strong Asian lead. A good, what else did they throw in? I'm trying to think back.
The only thing they haven't thrown in is like an Indian person.
Oscar Isaac's Guatemalan, even though he doesn't look it. So you have
Chicken masala.
Oh, I like his character.
Who?
Oh,
Oscar.
Poe is great.
Yeah, I like Poe.
Oh yeah, Poe's good.
I love Poe. He's my favorite of the new characters.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's mine.
I like Kylo. I do.
but well, yeah, Kylo Ren is my most favorite of the new characters, even though people think he's a little emo bitch.
Hell no.
You don't know what's going on with it. He's the one character you know the least about.
Right.
And I guess we will find out probably the most about him in this.
And they got
Hope
to.
so.
They got to.
Hopefully.
If this
Hope
movie
so.
ain't right, the whole series is fucked. If you ask me, we need a
Yeah, it would-
backstory.
It'd
I'll
be a
call
huge
J.J. Abrams
mistake.
and I'll go, dude, the fuck are you doing?
Well, considering he created the character or played a major role in the creation of the
Yeah, and then
character,
Ryan Johnson fucked it all up.
yeah,
Smashed his mask.
take away the mask.
They're saying Snoke's not dead. He could be like Luke Skywalker.
Oh,
Here.
god damn it. Okay.
We need to get in that.
No, we
hold
got
up.
wait, no, we
need
got
to get into
we
that.
got that's the next movie.
He'll be
We
like,
did that yet.
okay, well, I'll save it for we'll save it for the next.
My least favorite character of The Force Awakens is Snoke.
Snoke, okay, yeah.
Piece of fuck. What a piece
Now,
of
okay,
shit.
okay.
Who are you?
Do you dislike the character as a character, or do you dislike him because you're
Yeah.
supposed to because he's the bad guy?
No, I like
He has no purpose.
I dislike everything about it. He's stupid. He's
So
dumb.
you just don't like him as a character.
Yeah, he looks like-
you don't,
he
you
looks
would take him
shitty.
out. You would take him out.
Yeah. Why is he here?
I think I would have brought Palpatine back before I would have made a Snoke.
Well, no, you can't do
Well, who the fuck? Where did Snoke come from?
that. Well, that's part of my problem.
Maybe
Exactly.
we'll find out. I don't know.
We got to.
There's a lot of unanswered
Well,
questions.
there
and
was
they only
all
have
these
one movie to-
theories
I'm
that
unsatisfied.
Snoke was
Jar
Jar Jar. He
Oh.
was Darth Plagueis, the
Well, I can see
original,
that. That should've
the
been
original
it.
guy
Lies.
that
They should have went with
Palpatine
that.
killed.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain the scar on his face,
Right.
which would be badass. But Darth Plagueis, we won't spoil anything. We're going to the next movie. He should have been a little bit better prepared than the fuck happens in the next movie, I would think.
Well, couldn't Plagueis reproduce midichlorians also?
You know, we didn't talk about midichlorians.
Yeah, he could
Oh
heal
my
himself.
gosh,
He could heal
midichlorians.
Oh yeah, we didn't explain how Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, even came to be.
You know, let's-
What? He's got the stuff,
well,
okay?
we sort of did. Let's talk about the midichlorians. Let's just backtrack.
Just so much
try to
shit.
make it quick.
It's so awesome.
Let's try to talk about it real quick. The midichlorians are these little
Cells.
cells,
Atoms.
that are inside of Jedi,
Yeah.
and that's where the ability to use the Force comes from. In the prequels, the sequels have not acknowledged that at all.
Yeah, they're like fuck.
They're
midichlorians.
trying to kind of erase that.
Many fuck you.
Not really erase it, but ignore it to the point that it hopefully will never get mentioned again because it just doesn't.
You know,
make
they
sense.
say if you mention midichlorians, you're like you're racist.
Who said that?
That's what they say.
Oh, okay. Oh well,
You didn't catch that in the movie?
no, I didn't catch it.
I'm pretty sure they said it.
Oh, who said it?
Yoda.
Yoda did during that brief scene. He was in. Oh, okay. I missed that. I must have been distracted.
You can't
be a Jedi.
I must have been
Midichlorians,
distracted
you racist you are.
by the fire. That's
Yeah.
probably what it was.
Racist you are.
Midichlorians.
He doesn't talk like that. See, you're one of those people that thinks Yoda talks all backwards all the time. He doesn't. You're the worst kind of Star Wars fan, Joe.
Star
Anyway.
Wars basher.
Okay, so Force Awakens, we done with that?
Yeah, I want to talk about Luke's part.
I mean, it's sort of a New Hope over again, but
Yeah, Rey finds
it's
Luke
fine.
on the fuck planet and hands him the lightsaber, and that's where we pick it up.
yeah.
Right over the shoulder.
Ryan Johnson says, "Fuck you, JJ."
Okay, so yeah, Ryan Johnson steps into the director's chair for The Last Jedi, which just came out back late last year, 2017. And yeah, Ryan Johnson was sort of a not very well-known director. He directed a few movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He'd only directed 3 movies before this, and the most recent before that was 2012 Looper, that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Yeah.
never saw it.
I haven't either. I haven't seen it either. I've seen
Looked
Brick.
good, though.
Brick was his debut movie, and it's really good.
It's alright.
And then he directed Brothers Blue, I think. Anyway,
What the fuck is that?
who cares? I haven't seen it. I'm
Who
just saying.
cares?
Who cares?
Gives a shit.
So yeah, he was a relatively new director, but that seems to be the trend now. Especially Disney's doing it a lot with Star Wars and Marvel movies. They get these directors who have shown that they are capable directors, but they're not like big time, so they're able to kind of, I'm not gonna say manipulate them, but they'll take their notes.
Manipulate.
They'll take the notes that they give them and make the movie they want them to make.
Right.
Not so much. That's not what they did with J.J. Abrams. But before J.J. Abrams was coming back for Episode 9, Colin Trevorrow or whatever his name is was supposed to direct it.
Who?
Trevorrow. I don't know how you say his name, but he directed Jurassic World. And
Oh.
before that, he had only directed like one indie movie or something. So he was a relatively new director. Disney's doing a lot with their Marvel movies, though, getting these kind of small-time directors and bringing them in to direct kind of major blockbuster movies for them. Like I said, because they'll take studio notes, and make movies they want them to. They did it with Rogue One. I can't remember the guy that directed it, but that's what they did. Got an indie director, sort of, and handed him keys to a blockbuster on the condition that he made basically the movie they wanted to. So yeah, Rian Johnson comes in, but obviously there's some kind of deal going on there, because they said, hey, if you direct The Last Jedi for us, we'll give you a trilogy, which we'll talk about more later. He's going to direct or be the head.
I knew that.
He might
I know
not
that was a deal, though.
I assume it was part of the deal, because I don't think every decision in The Last Jedi was his. I'm sure a lot of that was Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of
You might be right.
Disney giving him notes and all that.
Right.
But we'll talk about that later. I actually just saw The Last Jedi tonight. First time I saw it. I have to say, I was disappointed.
So, for those of you that have watched our, or listened to our podcasts, more specifically episode 2, where we talk about Evil Dead, Matt feels about The Last Jedi that I felt about the recreation of Evil Dead.
See, I wouldn't say it's that strong. I'm not going to sit here and call it a piece of shit, because it wasn't. It was... I
You complained the entire time we watched the movie.
I did, but I give it a 5 out of 10. It's a perfectly average movie to me.
It didn't go the way you wanted it to go.
It's an average blockbuster. I wouldn't say it didn't go the way I wanted it to go, because the end was fine. There's just a lot of stuff along the way. All that stuff with Finn and Rose was pointless. I hated it.
Okay,
Yeah, that
I will
was so
say,
good.
okay, Last Jedi, the introduction of this character Rose, might be worse than Jar Jar Binks to me.
I feel like a lot of time was wasted.
It
Yeah, it
was.
was stupid as fuck.
Not just on that, but in a lot of the parts.
If you cut that out, the movie would have been like an hour and a half long.
I think they just don't have nowhere to go.
There's that whole thing where like they're going to get executed by Phasma or whatever, and all the Captain Phasma and stuff.
I hate her, by the way.
It just keeps cutting back to all the other action, like Kylo and Rey and Luke and Poe and Leia and all that, and like it keeps cutting back to them, and like nothing is happening. Like they're still just like on the ground, and they're about to be executed. It just keeps dragging. They could have just made that one scene and got it out of the way, instead of cutting back to it and cutting back to it, cutting back to it. That bugged me. Really, the only parts I really liked about The Last Jedi was the fight in Snoke's chamber.
That was badass.
With Kylo.
I like that. Spoilers. I like that Snoke died like a bitch.
Yes, he was.
So
Kylo
Fuck him.
killed him with Rey's lightsaber.
They say that's not the real one. Though.
Hey, when I saw, like I was telling Matt, when I saw it in the theater, everybody was like, "Oh!"
Yep.
Fuck Snoke.
They say he pulled a Luke right there. It's not really Snoke.
Well, we'll see.
I think it would be stupid for it not to be
Snoke comes back. I'm gonna be so mad.
I will say.
We need a backstory.
I will say one thing.
I like to know where he came from.
One
Exactly.
thing took me completely out of that scene, and I pointed out to Joe, and he was like, "No, it didn't." I was like, "Play it back."
Oh.
There's a scene where one of Snoke's guards has Rey, and he's like holding on to her, and like she like drops her lightsaber and then ducks down, catches it, and swings it, and cuts the guy's legs off, then swings it back, cuts his head off.
Hell yeah.
Then which is awesome, then you see the guy fall, and his legs and head are attached to his body.
They're not cut off.
And I was like,
That's gonna be all fucking. And then Kylo's like, and she throws him the lightsaber. He's like,
Right.
and shoots that dude in the head.
and it makes a hole through his head, and you see it.
Right.
But the other guy is unharmed after.
Maybe he
Rey
just happened so fucking fast, the leg and the head didn't have time to detach.
The one guy had like nunchucks or something. As he was
Their blades can turn flexible.
So what Matt's talking about is like when she was trapped and she dropped her lightsaber,
right,
cutting him in the leg and the head.
right.
Yeah.
It
The
did-
leg nor
did
head
fall.
did not detach,
Right.
and he fell off the side of the platform.
Holy
I don't
shit.
think
I didn't
there
that
was time. I don't think there was time for that to happen.
Just like there's not enough time to explain Rey.
There was. They could have had his legs
How
and
does she have these
stuff
powers?
be laying there and his body fall backwards. They could have done that.
What do you think about Luke's final encounter?
It didn't. It surprised me.
I thought I was
Like there were a lot of things that didn't surprise me, like when Kylo's like, I want all the guns shooting at him or whatever,
I was like,
and it's like it's like excessive.
Well, I knew he wasn't gonna.
I knew
die.
he wasn't
Oh,
going to
yeah,
die,
yeah.
but
I
the
did not
big
expect-
reveal at the end that he's kind of
I did not expect
Somewhere
that.
projected himself
yeah,
there
yeah.
with the Force. That caught me off guard. I really liked it. And
Yeah.
that final scene of him watching the two suns right before he
That was
disappeared.
good.
Like
that
it
was
was in
great.
New Hope.
Yeah, callback.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
also brings it full circle
A
because
lot of people complain about that.
I liked it. I
Well,
thought
I
it was
just
great.
felt like my childhood died is all.
Yeah, I mean, you watch it like, oh.
But it's like they said in the previews.
let the past die.
Let the past die.
Yeah, and I think it was a fitting end for Luke.
Yeah.
Kicks Matt. Well, it was funny because
Did
he
you
never.
think it was the real Luke though, guys? Until you saw it. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh, you mean when he showed up?
Yeah,
Like when he showed. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so
I was
yeah,
confused
yeah, because
by
when he
the
showed up,
hair
like when I
and-
was in the movie theater, I was like, when did he get his hair cut?
And he had the
I was like,
blue, and he had
in
the
my-
blue lightsaber.
in my mind, I was just
Yeah.
thinking, oh well, he did that because he was,
Yeah.
like-
No, but I was still like, when did he get his hair cut?
yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was. And then when they shot him up, I was like, oh yeah, there's something going
Something's
on
up.
there.
When you'll notice, he never.
Well, and then Kylo the
flashes.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he went through him, I was like, oh no!
Yeah.
I thought he sliced him in half for half a second.
Obi-Wan again.
And then I was like, come on. And then he was standing there, I was like, huh?
What did he learn?
But then I loved it after the lasers got done,
Right.
brush the shoulder. And then I also like it after Kylo realizes he's a form.
Right. He was
He's
pissed
like,
off.
see you around, kid. And he winks at him and he goes away.
Like Han Solo.
That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, like Han Solo.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, a lot of people, from what I saw, complained that The Last Jedi had too many quips in it, a little too much comedy. Kind of took the sort of Marvel formula, like how Marvel has a lot of quips and stuff in it. I mean, I agree that it's not necessarily the Marvel formula, but there definitely is a lot more quips
I think
and
it's-
comedy in this movie than other Star Wars movies, but I don't think it doesn't
But it's
work.
a new era.
I thought this movie
It's
was
a new.
dark.
It's a new generation.
Well, I think it works.
That's what I'm saying. Like that kind of stuff, like the way the writing is and everything, works for how things are now.
I think if they had
I
started,
don't like that shit.
if they had more of it in The Force Awakens, which there was some, but if they had more,
There was a lot of it in the Force
I just don't think the
I think it was more
fans-
noticeable in The Last Jedi, though.
I just don't think the fans knew what the fuck to think of it.
Well,
Yeah, that's the thing. I think that if it had started out a little, or like it had been more in your face, I guess, with Force Awakens.
about me.
Yeah.
What about Princess Leia flying through space? pulling
That was
herself down?
retarded.
I agree.
I think she should have died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
think that would
should
have been
that should have
fitting
been
in
that should have been
for the
end.
character.
That
Yeah.
should have been the end.
Of her.
Right.
I hated those little crystal foxes. Those things.
Oh yeah, you
I
didn't
hated
like
those.
those.
Those were so stupid.
The what?
The little crystal
At
foxes.
the end of Last Jedi, the
Oh,
first
the
part
crystal
where they
foxes,
kind of lead them
yeah.
to where they're supposed to go.
They didn't see the
They looked weird.
red sand
Like,
or whatever it is.
Well, yeah, and you see them, you're like, huh?
Same
Yeah, it
thing
was
with
kinda
the-
retarded.
Same thing with the fish-looking
and they're like, how do we?
nuns on Luke's.
Oh.
island.
Imagine like them.
I was like, what are they, like frogs?
Like, who the fuck are those
maids?
guys?
Like, what?
They look like a fucking college school mascot. You just see its head, and
They look
fucking
weird.
arms, and its legs.
I didn't like it. One, I did like the creatures that Luke milks. I thought they looked really cool.
The
Did you like it when he drank the milk
Oh.
from the teat?
It was gross. I like how they slipped. I like how they slipped boobs in there though, because they look like boobs on.
Did you like how
They
Chewbacca
did,
ate
or-
those birds?
What?
You like how Chewbacca ate
I
those
hated that.
Oh,
the
Matt
whole
hated
porn.
that part.
That was
He
for
hated the
toy
porns.
sales.
Yeah, he-
Come
Yeah,
on.
exactly. That's what I said. It was for toy sales. It was even more blatantly than Jar Jar. Really. Like,
Wait, hold on. Let's back up. You thought the little cow fuckers' tits looked like tits?
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
They look like fucked up nipple.
They had green shit coming out of them. What tit has green shit coming out of it, Matt?
STDs.
I'm not talking about what came out of them. I'm talking about what they looked like.
That instantly makes me go, that's not a tit.
Well, it obviously is because milk came out of
Would
it.
you ever suck on a tit like that?
Not
Joe?
with green shit coming out of it.
Well, you wouldn't know until you already sucked on it.
Ew.
No, hold on. If I'm having sex,
And you saw that nipple.
okay, wait. Whoa, let's back up. Let's back up.
Are you having sex with one of these?
No, stop,
Okay.
stop. If I'm walking down the street
Oh my God, he is the southern.
Natalie Portman.
and Natalie Portman
Anne Hathaway.
and Anne Hathaway, they're arm in arm, walking down the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they stop and they go, "Hey Joe,
Check this out.
check this out." And they
Take me now.
yeah, take me now. And they raise up their shirts,
Shoots.
their shirts, and green fucking shit comes out of those nipples.
It's time to go.
No, it's not just leaking out though. You have to get it out.
Squeeze it.
Oh, okay. So if I get that far with Natalie Portman and Anne Hathaway, where I'm squeezing their tits and green shit comes out of them,
She said, "Take me."
I'm running.
Dude,
I'm out of there.
if I've already made it that far, I'm sticking with it. I don't care
You
what
think?
I don't care what color comes out. I'm
Yes, you might
almost.
be right. You might be right.
It's Anne Hathaway and Natalie
But
Portman.
what if you're squeezing them and
Uh-huh.
like the tit like starts deflating as the green shit comes out? That'd be gross.
You're like, what the?
Shove her face in the concrete. Whoops.
So what do you think the idea of the next one's gonna be?
Wait. You didn't wait. Okay. Someone asked me what I thought about Luke drinking the milk. It was gross, but I mean, I like it. I guess it's sort of a callback to the blue milk. I don't know if it's really supposed to be or not.
But it'll look nasty when you drink it.
Fisherman Luke.
I think it's just
I
supposed
think
to.
you might be right.
I think it's supposed to be.
I think
not
you're
necess-
right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think he did that to kind of discuss.
But they,
Ray,
but
like,
they made it nasty.
Well, he was obviously a farm boy before
Yeah.
all this, so I guess like something like
they
that.
made it gross because he's living on the island for.
He's a hermit,
Yeah,
yeah.
whoever knows how long. Mannerisms and
Like-
all that's out the window.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna drink this green shit. I don't give a fuck.
That's
And then
right.
go spear a fish with a
Yeah.
gigantic spear.
That spear, holy dick! How long was that fucking thing?
He just like,
It was like 2 football fields long, and he's like, yeah,
what's that sport they call it? Pole jumping.
yeah.
Pole
It was like
vaulting, yeah.
pole vaulting, fish spearing.
Like, what if the fish wasn't down there?
Yeah.
He knew it was. I don't know.
He just got fucked.
Oh no! Shit! Wonder how many times he's fucked that up.
They say Luke turned all his.
Probably took him a while to learn it.
He learned how to disconnect from the Force.
Yeah.
That's right. He was.
If he had it
from the Force.
disconnected from the force, he could have just brought the fish up out of the water.
Exactly.
Get it right,
Yeah.
Luke.
Damn it, Luke.
Okay, so now you're talking to a fictional character that's dead. Go ahead. I just
That's
want to
all
call
I-
attention. Oh, just Luke?
That's it.
Okay.
Rest in peace. Luke.
Last Jedi. Any
God
other
rest his
stuff
soul.
you want to say about it?
God rest his soul.
Yeah. God rest his soul.
I thought it was a pretty good movie. Like you said,
I was
I,
disappointed.
Matt hated it.
I just don't
I
think
know I
they know
didn't
how to
hate
take
it.
it.
I was disappointed.
I think that's what it is. Just don't know how to take it.
Oh, the end. The very end with the little boy at the racetrack.
You know what
Oh.
else bugs me about it? The whole fucking Rebel Army escapes on the Millennium Falcon. Like, what the fuck are they up against next? Because the whole time they were running from the
They
what's
did.
the new group called?
Oh, the First Order.
The First Order. Yeah, and they're just blowing shit up.
I don't know.
You know.
No, I think it's
So
a
they all go
pog.
on one
They're
shit.
pug. What are the fucking things?
Those pogs or whatever.
Pog, what the fuck- What's the name of the little shits?
Porgs.
Porgs. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, the end with the little boy. What do you think about that, Joe?
Right.
I liked it. I'm just gonna say I liked it, but Joe, go ahead.
Oh, picking up the broom.
Yeah, with Force.
If you got force powers,
Hey,
let's do some shit.
Ray had them.
Let's make something happen, little boy.
Let's get the fuck off this planet.
Piece of fuck.
I think-
Really?
I think the point. Well, not really the point because it's not clear. I think what we're supposed to believe is that he doesn't have full control over the Force. So
Really,
doing something,
he made that broom come to him.
yeah, from a short distance.
just
Doesn't matter.
He doesn't have enough control to like fight back against the guy that like.
Okay,
like,
then you take the broom
whips
and you
him
beat
and
the
stuff.
fuck out of his head.
Well, yeah, he could do that, but then he's just using a broom as a weapon. That's not.
And then you use the Force power.
He could do that without the Force.
I think
Joe.
they were just trying to show that they got a whole like universe.
There's more
of
Jedis.
shit. Exactly.
Because we believe after Luke disappears and stuff, we're like,
Stupid.
okay, so the last Jedi
The
in the
legend.
title is Rey.
Stupid.
But the thing is that Jedi can be plural too.
Who is the last Jedi?
Stupid.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah! Now we got Rey, and then we got Broom Kid.
Yeah, and like I said, because Jedi is plural also, the last Jedi doesn't mean one singular Jedi.
Dumb.
Maybe Rey's
Don't
not
like
a
it.
Jedi.
Don't like it.
Maybe
Don't like
Luke's the last one.
Don't like it.
Because remember, he destroyed everything.
Well, I think she is a Jedi. I think she...
Because he destroyed the books and all of
I
that.
hope she be. No, the book survived.
Oh yeah, they put him on the Millennium
the book
Falcon.
survived,
That's
yeah.
right. I forget. See, people forget about that.
Oh, we
shit.
forgot about the Yoda part. Yoda burns.
We mentioned it a little earlier,
Little
but
bit.
let's go back and talk about it.
Yeah, so Yoda shows up, burns the fucking
Yada, yada,
tree
yada.
with all the text, supposedly, that Luke's been trying to take care of for so many eons or whatever. And he's like, oh, they're just books, you know. What is it that he says?
They're just books.
No, that's not what he said.
No, his, about the burden of a master.
Page turners, they are not.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that cool line he had about the burden of a master.
Oh, but that too.
That's a good
That
one.
too. Yeah, that too.
What is it like?
What is it?
They like become what we.
They become like more powerful.
They become
or
more than what we are.
more than what we are.
That's the gist of it.
Okay,
Like,
so like your trainee will become more powerful than you are. That's the burden of being a master.
Yeah.
Like you know you're going to be overpowered by your trainee at some point.
which was a good line. I liked it.
Which I thought was really good too.
Yeah, that's true. But shit.
Which really kind of harks more to the Sith
Yeah. So
Yeah.
process.
a lot,
than the
yeah.
Jedi.
A lot of thinking was going on there.
Well, you know, even
Was he John?
even Luke calls out the Jedi in that one part that we went and played back to, where he's talking about how the Jedi have a history of failure, and you know, they let the Empire start in the first place.
Yeah.
And he says a Jedi was responsible for the creation of the training and creation of Darth Vader, and I was like, is that a dig at Obi-Wan? Joe was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, no, play that back. I think that was a dig at Obi-Wan.
We watched that
Sure
like
enough,
4 times.
We did.
It was.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
He
dig.
fucking took a dig at Obi-Wan.
And it never redeems that, so I guess we're just supposed to be left off at the
I wonder
end
if
thinking
that's-
that he's still bitter a little bit.
I wonder if that's
yeah.
what's supposed to be the
I
like
feel
the
about
idea of that.
I don't know how I feel about
yeah,
that.
I thought that was weird. But this Ryan Johnson movie he keeps like fucking saying fucking everything that everything Star Wars has done. So
Yeah.
why not? You know,
That's what I'm saying. It's all about the third movie that makes it or breaks it.
I mean, I'm gonna be very excited to see this.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that this movie, and this is my opinion because like I said, I thought it was just average and stuff. I think that it spent a lot of time setting up what's going to ultimately be the climactic finale, and that the next movie is really going to knock it out of the park. It's just my idea. I don't think this movie was meant to be the highlight of this trilogy.
Oh no!
I think it's mostly set up.
think
That's
it-
my opinion.
I think it was
So,
killing of the beginning and starting of the end.
yeah.
Agree.
So anyway, so are we done talking about the movies?
Yeah,
So-
I think.
So let's just look towards the future, I guess, as we're wrapping this up. I think we've been talking over 2 hours.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been good.
so this is our longest episode right now already.
We knew it would be.
Oh yeah, we did. We talked about it
We knew it
beforehand that
would
we
be.
thought this would be the longest episode. So coming up here pretty soon is the release of Solo, a Star Wars story. How are we feeling about that?
I'm torn.
Iffy.
Torn.
I want to be excited,
Real iffy.
but I'm not sure because of all the production problems.
Yeah, I've told you this
It
before.
looks real weak.
I've told you this, Joe, that I'm cautiously optimistic about it.
Yeah. I want to be excited.
One, I love Han Solo.
Sure.
And it's not Harrison Ford, but it's the character, and if they do it right, they do it right, and then we get a good Han Solo movie, whether it's Harrison Ford or not. I mean,
Sure.
and that's a good thing if
Sure.
they do it right. I'm a fan of the actor. I can't remember his name. Alden.
Whatever.
It starts with an E.
He's German.
Yeah.
He's
Australian.
I like him.
Who fucking cares?
He's a good actor. One of my absolute favorite actors, Woody Harrelson, is in the movie.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson made
You
me.
don't like Woody Harrelson?
What the fuck?
Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Get the fuck out, Jeremy!
Star Wars movie? Come
Yes!
on.
I like all the Star Wars
I'm
movies.
excited that Woody Harrelson's there.
I like Woody Harrelson.
Oh, we better serve some beers
Star Wars
behind the bar.
movie. He better fucking live up to his part. That's
You want to
all
talk
I
about someone who's
say.
high all the time? Woody Harrelson.
True.
Fuck yeah.
True.
You were mentioning
Also,
Harrison Ford earlier.
He's always high.
I know,
Oh,
yeah.
he's a,
Well, you didn't mention it on podcast. We were talking about it before.
Yeah, I know what we were talking
Can you
about.
imagine all the parties he went to in the 70s?
No, he's just high all the time.
He was the party in the 70s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Walk up to Harrison Ford. He's like, here you go.
but yeah,
He'd probably be a dick,
Donald
though.
Glover is going to be Lando
Maybe.
Calrissian.
Which is cool.
I like that.
like Donald Glover.
That's good casting.
They got
I
Peter.
think that's really good casting.
Nice, good too.
Amelia Clark's going to be in the movie from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The dragon
I
chick.
think she'll be Daenerys. Yeah,
She's hot.
I think she'll be good.
I've seen her naked.
Yeah, I think everyone who's watched Game of Thrones
The
has.
Millennium Falcon looks real cleaned up on the inside. Saw that.
Yeah. But there has been the
Yeah, they turn on the lights to the cockpit.
Oh,
and
because it's not as old.
yeah.
It's real fresh.
There has been some drama though in the making of this movie. The original directors, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, known for directing like the Lego Movie,
Oh,
21
God.
Jump Street, 22
God.
Jump Street, were originally directing the movie.
Those movies are great.
And Kathleen Kennedy and the other people at Disney and their Lucasfilm division and all that stuff were not completely satisfied with the way it was turning out. I mean, there's different reports of exactly what the creative differences were. But anyway, they got fired pretty late in production. They only had a couple weeks of principal photography left.
Right.
And they searched around for a short while, and they ultimately decided to bring Ron Howard in to direct them.
Opie.
Opie from
The Grinch.
yeah,
The Grinch director.
He has a couple
And-
good movies.
yeah. That's the thing. Ron Howard, he's made very few movies that I would say are great, like really good. But I mean, he's a very competent director.
He's made a lot of dramas, hasn't he?
Yeah, a lot of
Drama
dramas.
type.
Probably most
I actually
people.
really don't know other than the Grinch that's so crazy.
Most people would say his best movie is probably Apollo 13.
Ah, I forgot.
What? He
Did he
directed
do-
that?
Yeah, I think that's what most
rock
people
and
would
roll.
say.
Get
is
on
his
board,
best
Ron
movie.
Howard. Fucking direct my Star Wars, son of a bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that alone that alone is a good movie to say, well, he could probably do a good Star Wars movie. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he's got the physics problems. He can't make the ship turn when he wants it to. Now, all you gotta do is get behind the joystick.
Yeah, but he had to clean up a lot of shit too. So
You just gotta get behind the joystick. and
we're
just-
still talking about Ron Howard.
yeah,
Okay.
because you were talking about how they had to bring in new directors. I
Yeah,
think
and he
had to
did
clean up
Apollo
a lot of
13.
shit.
Okay. Well, you said joystick, and then that's what threw me off.
Well, they couldn't
Yeah.
point the shuttle on the way back.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's gonna be like Wolverine Origins. We're just gonna be totally disappointed.
We might be. I mean, I'm optimistic about it because I think the cast is good. I think that
Video
Ron
games.
Howard is
Video
good.
was good.
Video game was very good.
I feel like they probably would have pushed the movie back if they thought it was going to be really bad. They would have gave them more production
I've heard
time.
that Disney already expects this movie to be bad. That's what I've heard.
It's possible. It is going to premiere
I've heard so
at the
much
Cannes
shit.
Film
It's coming
Festival.
out in May.
Yeah.
It's going to premiere at the Cannes Film Festival.
So what's going to come out in December?
I remember the day of the Super
Nothing
Bowl.
this year.
Nothing.
They announced that the movie was
Did you ever think?
coming out in May, and I was like, "Oh shit! How
Yeah.
did they have
I didn't
enough
expect it to
time
be that
finish
soon.
it?"
Did
Yeah.
you ever think we would live in a world where Star Wars movies would be released less than half a year apart? That's crazy.
I remember one night when I was touching myself.
Wow. How did we get there?
And
Oh,
I
get
started,
used to it.
and I started touching myself more.
Buckle up, Jeremy. Well, you're a fan. You listen to it, but
Yeah, how are you surprised?
number
Anyway.
one fan.
Anyway.
This is the guy that talked about having sex with a pillow in the very first episode of our podcast.
Remember that?
that?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
Pillow talk.
Okay, you were masturbating.
yeah, and I was touching myself
Uh-huh, you thinking about Natalie Portman.
furiously, more and more furiously, and then I was like, "We needed a movie directed by Ron Howard, Star Wars movie."
That's what you were doing.
Oh, you know, he was actually, he was in the running to possibly direct Phantom Menace. All the way back then.
Maybe they should have.
I think
strange though.
Spielberg was tossed around again for Phantom Menace. Then
Spielberg's not that good to me.
I'm not a big Spielberg fan. I admire his craft because I think he is a really good director.
He has
His
a good
movies
mind,
just
yeah.
don't appeal to me.
A good
E.T. Edible Taint.
Oh my
That's what that
God.
fucking shit
But
is.
hey,
hate that
Indiana
movie.
Jones.
That was a good movie.
I do like
That's
Indiana
more. I
Jones.
thought it was more George Lucas though.
Yeah.
Well, he came up with the story idea,
Yeah, so Spielberg just directed it.
but the directing's really good.
Yeah, but I'm saying E.T.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Fuck.
know.
Jaws is good.
That was okay.
I'm a Jurassic Park fan.
I like Jurassic Park.
These are new
I
ones,
like
though.
it, but I don't think it's as good as
They're
people.
getting so much out of hand. Like once you create a dinosaur that turns into fucking camouflage, get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
you're starting to run out of ideas. Although I do the newer one that came out
Jurassic
with
World.
with
Chris Pratt.
yeah, I do like that one. But I like Chris Pratt.
I like
And Ron Howard's daughter. Bryce Dallas Howard.
Did he fuck her?
His
She's
daughter.
in the movie.
Oh. Did he fuck her?
The redheaded chick, that's Ron Howard's daughter. Did you know that?
Really?
Oh, she's redheaded. Really?
Yes.
I would have guessed.
The new one looks badass.
I was just clarifying which girl I was talking about. The girl in
I don't
Jurassic
remember.
World.
I don't remember her.
The main girl. Like,
No, she's very forgettable.
okay, have you seen The Village? M. Night Shyamalan.
Mhm.
That movie. Okay, that redheaded chick,
I remember.
blind one.
Mm.
Is she really that forgettable? Or are you
Yeah, I
fucking
don't. No, I seriously don't remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Ron Howard's daughter is an actress who has red hair.
And apparently
she's been
not
in a
very
lot
good.
of movies that
Not
you've
very
seen.
good.
She's fine. She's not a bad actress.
See, she's fine. That means she sucks.
No, it doesn't mean she sucks. It means she's
I
not
only
like
know
a
her from Jurassic World.
Anyway, so you were masturbating thinking about Ron Howard directing a Star Wars movie. That's how
Yeah.
we got here. What does that have to do with what I said before, which is, did you ever think we would live in a world where Star Wars movies would be released less than half a year apart?
That's why I would
a half a year apart.
That's why I would masturbate.
No, you said because you wanted a Ron Howard Star Wars movie. Doesn't have anything to do with
No,
what
it
I
doesn't
said.
matter. I would just masturbate knowing the fact that I'm going to have 2 Star Wars movies in the same fucking year.
I mean, I never thought it would happen, but sure enough, here we are. Do you think Disney's going to end up oversaturating Star Wars?
I will paint the walls with my cum. If they do that.
All right, guys. Well, this is the end
Goodbye.
of episode.
Anyway.
No, seriously, like,
Well, you know what? To be honest with you, okay, so Disney's got their own streaming service about ready to come out in the next year or so. They're going to have Star Wars themed things on there.
yeah, a television series.
The movies, you know what?
The Game of Thrones guys,
think-
that the showrunners of Game of Thrones are going to be doing.
I
whole-
think that it is possible that they're going to just do too much. And eventually people are just going to get tired of it.
Mhm.
Nobody has yet, but I mean, this last movie didn't make as much as the other ones.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, they were expecting it to be like this huge thing, and it wasn't. I mean, it still made a fuck ton of money, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I think it's going to start to wear thin.
Yeah, I mean, because just right now, what's confirmed is we have another movie
Right.
in the trilogy, a whole nother trilogy. There's a whole lot of standalone movies that are possible. Supposedly the Obi-Wan one is going to happen. It's just a matter of...
any of that?
It hasn't been confirmed, but if it's not with Ewan McGregor, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch
he
that
has
shit.
to do it.
Yeah, he has to be in that
He
movie.
has to do it.
Yeah, if he's not in that movie, I'm going to boycott it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to film it. Boycotting it. We're going to drive to...
No,
where do they film that shit?
The desert.
All over the place.
Where's the main studio?
Saudi Arabia.
Alright, we need a plane ticket.
I mean, we'll probably just have to go to the Disney.
No, what
Disney
studio
lot?
set was it? Was some studio set. They built the whole,
No, what we should do is we should
Notice
get Ewan
player.
McGregor and make the movie.
Liam
We
Neeson.
should make the movie.
You hear us, Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor, I know you're listening. You're our number 2 fan after Jeremy here.
We need you to come to the Media Overload Studios in Tennessee.
We will pay you literally dozens of dollars.
All
If
and like
Glad you
Cheez-Its.
No,
we
we'll
have
give them money.
we have Lance crackers.
Uh-huh.
We have some beer.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Don't know if it's
Well,
or
because
not.
Jeremy brought them. We have some Gatorade. And we do have a puppy that we need to maybe get rid of.
And you will be in our Obi-Wan movie. We'll direct. I'll direct it. Joe will.
I'm gonna be the fattest Jedi you've ever seen.
Joe will be present. I'll direct it and write it. Joe will be present, and you will star in it.
Wow.
Anyway,
You can be executive producer, Joe.
executive produced by Joe McClane. What'd you do, Joe? Not a goddamn thing.
Well,
I was there.
Yeah, I was hanging out.
we can make a movie of just him being a hermit on, what was it, Tatooine?
His
what
day
Obi-Wan
to day.
Breakfast, 6 o'clock in the morning. Second breakfast.
Go out to the sand,
Get some blue milk.
dig up some shit. Yeah, get some blue milk.
Spy on Luke
Oh.
for a little bit. Eat a bowl of sugar.
Yeah, watch it.
Anyway.
Is Luke up to some bullshit? All right, he's not. All right, no, let's go back.
So, I feel like we've covered Star Wars pretty well.
I'm surprised
we
they
did a
didn't
good
do a
job.
robot chicken on that. Obi-Wan, it's time on Tatooine. That would have been killer. But
Man.
I guess it's time to go.
All right.
Anything else we want to say? I mean,
I think we covered it all.
It's been good. Appreciate for you guys having me on here.
oh, we loved having you.
Talk about
Like I
Star
said, it was nice
Wars.
having another person.
Very first guest.
Right.
Yeah, very
right.
first guest.
Yeah, I thought you did a good job.
Fun, experimental.
Yeah.
Not in that kind of way.
Penis in the butt.
Exactly. Definitely no there. But yeah. Hope
Yeah, but no, I thought there was.
We almost
this was
kicked
good.
you out at one point. What was that even about? I don't even remember.
You guys
now.
misread what
He
I
was,
was saying or something.
What was he saying?
No, I said Woody Harrelson the Star
Oh!
Wars.
Get out!
Now it's time to leave.
Damn it. Did you guys see him in Planet of the Apes? Come
Yes!
on.
It was
As soon
magic.
as the preview showed him shaving his
We don't care!
hair,
It was magic.
It's like, oh my god, okay, Woody
You think that's
Harrelson.
bad?
Huh?
Harrison and War of Planet of the Apes?
I never
Zombieland-
saw that movie.
Zombieland, yes. Star Wars, no.
Zombieland's badass.
Zombieland is bad.
What then? Why would you think any bad?
It's just the character. He's
All right, anyway.
He's gonna be Han Solo's mentor. That's perfect.
Yeah!
That's perfect.
Okay, maybe if you're putting it in that sense.
That's what he is!
I thought he was
That's
a bad
not the
guy.
sense. That's
I thought he was a bad
No,
guy.
he's
No!
Han Solo's mentor. That's why it's awesome!
Han Solo doesn't need a mentor.
Well, apparently he has one.
Well,
Everybody in Star Wars has to have a mentor.
Everyone.
And then they have to turn on their mentor. That's
Yeah.
the way it works.
So Woody Harrelson's gonna have to die at some point.
Well, did Lando get a mentor? Who's
Lando
the-
can suck my ass, clown.
Your ass clown. All right, guys.
Muhammad Ali.
Well, I think that about on that note, I think that wraps up episode 8. We hope you enjoyed it. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Comment, subscribe.
Like.
Comment below if you know.
Make sure you keep up with all of our social media for Joe. Stop that.
Insulting fans over here.
Comment below if you know.
Yeah, just keep up. Keep an eye out for content. I
You're
think
doing
I'm
a great job.
I think I'm done.
Okay, good. So for Jeremy, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I said it. Thank you for
Okay.
having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
All right.
Hopefully this will be the first in a long time of having more guests. So that being said, this is Matt and Joe's Media Overload,
I'm Matt.
and I'm Joe.
And this is Lincoln Bob.
God
Lincoln.
damn it, Lee, shut the fuck up!
Bye. I'm Jeremy.
Okay. All right, see you guys.
See ya.